What's up, guys? Just give me 1 second while I connect everything. Oh no, someone got down early, so I have to go rescue. It's gonna delay the stream slightly. Please plug in! Okay, I guess the Elgato's staying on the floor because I have to go. Okay. If there's sound delay, y'all just gonna have to deal with it for 1 minute. Hello, game, would you like to wake up? Hello. Elgato? You working, dude? Oh no. This is one of the worst times, too. This is a bad time for Elgato to stop functioning. I'm actually playing while not even looking at the screen. I don't even know what's happening. Okay. Okay, how's the sound? Really bad. Sound is really bad. Okay, I'm getting called by a priestess. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Alright. Let me change the properties. Gotta put it in the other HDMI cable. Pray it works. Because this is how it works. This is how I stream. Yes, it works. Okay. That's the way it works with the Elgato. You just hope and pray it works. That the sound's not delayed. Alright, finally. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream, and, wait, is the audio loud again? Kind of. Hello? It's touchscreen. What's up, everybody? This is Psyche, and welcome back to another stream. We got with us a very laggy Elgato. That's who we have with us. We also have, Acrobat, Priestess, Royal, Potato. Why did I say the character names? We're playing with them. We're playing on a 4-person team. Let me pick up my Elgato that was on the floor from earlier. And, yeah. Hopefully we won't do so bad. But at this rate, we're probably just gonna tie. The audio is fine, Mikey. I know it's not fine because there's a delay. I can hear it myself. For the stream, there is no delay in terms of sound. Actually, there might be. I don't know that for sure. All I know is that for sure on my end, I'm receiving a sound delay, and that really hurts against certain hunters. But certain hunters, you really do need the sound cues against. Oh yeah, that's probably GG. We're down to 3 ciphers. 50% on Gravekeeper cipher. Yeah. I don't even know what happened with the kite, guys. The day of a life of a mercenary. You have no idea what went wrong on the kites, you just know something's going on. Oh yeah. Joystick! Please work! What?! I don't know why my joystick wasn't working. I'm actually just gonna switch devices after this. I'm literally moving my joystick. Very confusing. Oh, that was after half. Oh, that's alright. Honestly, that rescue hurt. Yes, it did hurt, but we were gonna lose that game anyway. Alright. That's okay. That's okay, it's not a big deal. Like, device problems are a very common thing with my iPad nowadays. The touchscreen literally doesn't work when I'm putting my finger on it. Sometimes I'll try to drag my joystick and I'm like, no, you're gonna stay still. Okay, I guess we're staying still today and we're gonna eat that no hit. Alright. We were gonna, Elgato, please don't disconnect on me, dude. 'Cause that's really annoying. That's really annoying. Okay. We're off to a great start. But, unfortunately, guys, I gave up my right to complain about gameplay today because, I don't expect good gameplay today. From my team. I don't expect good gameplay today, but I went ahead and still teamed with them because it's better than randoms, right? I don't know if it's better than randoms. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if it's better than randoms. It's hard for me to say. Oh well. Apparently there was a Cypher Machine Prime somewhere. So we had a Prime Cypher Machine somewhere. It was most likely the Gravekeeper Cypher at 10th or Broken Bridge. I don't know which one for sure. But it is in that general area. And if it's broken bridge, then I'll pass by it. If it's not, I'll just keep going to 10. But it was somewhere in that area, so we had a prime site from that area. Plus, we had that cipher next to that broken carousel on the other side of it. But I have no idea if we had a third cipher. A little bit unfortunate. My fault, Psyche. Hold up, let me just throw a quick roast. That was a quick roast there. That was spicy. How are you doing today, Psyche? I'm doing alright. Pretty average. Just a normal day, nothing special. Does it even matter what I pick? Does it even matter what I pick? Stop the smiley face. Turn that into a emote. Turn that into an emote. Why not? Alright. This isn't exactly a key spawn, but if you memorize exactly to the finest detail, I mean, this is probably forest spawn if I had to guess. I was pretty close to the pallet. Oh no, it's deep ruins. Deep sandbags. Shed is kind of weird. Shed on Arms Factory is super weird because technically the spawns are different, but they're like 10 meters apart different, so it's really hard to memorize which one you actually got. And then there's also the probability that the game might move you 12 meters away from your spawn, because that's a chance that could happen, so you really don't know. Heck, for all I know, I may have gotten the spawn outside a window, but the game might have just moved me 50 meters away. You never know. That's the same laugh he uses when he kills baby horses. In Minecraft, guys, in Minecraft. Let's make that super clear. Uh-oh. I guess I'm getting demonetized today. Good thing I don't have ads on the stream. So it won't matter. Okay. You're not wrong, Quinn. You're not wrong. Did Hunter really use Blink, or did Hunter just bait it? It's like, click on the button but didn't actually use it. He canceled it. Who knows? I think they used the Blink. I don't think Royal would ping it otherwise. Alright. We're doing okay, I guess. Bot died actually at Sandbags, so I don't know who's gonna finish that cipher. I don't want to go after it. Hopefully Gravekeeper will just finish it. I'll go work on Factory, because I know for a fact no one's working on this, because this is where Psychologist was being chased. Excuse me. And we have the Robot Cipher. Who knows how much the Robot Cipher is, though? It may not be worth it to get it. I think it might be worth it. It might be worth it since we are down to 2 ciphers, and if Psychologist could just die with Tide Turner away from one of the from that cipher machine, that would be awesome. So I think that's next to our cipher machine, next to the Robot Cipher machine. The robot did go down, unfortunately, but that's hopefully the plan. Hopefully our player will be able to deduce that, and they'll run away, and we'll all win happily. We all know that's not gonna happen. Psyche used the taste on these nuts joke on your team. I don't like that. I don't like that joke. I think it's lame. I think a much better joke is the Dream Witch, is the DW, BW, and DN joke. No one sees it coming. No one sees it coming, because all the survivors are used to using abbreviations. So that when someone uses the abbreviations, who should I ban? BW, DW, or DN? They're like, who's DN? And that's where you pull the D's nuts on them. Alright. Unfortunately, guys, I don't know if our plan went to plan. Because, I mean, psychologists did get away from the cipher. We just have a different problem. I mean, it sort of happened. It sort of worked. The plan sort of worked, guys. I think that's close enough, right? That's close enough, right? If the plan sort of works. I think that's close enough. Wow, that counts. Good thing I perfumed! Nope. There we go, let's get that hit out. Beautiful rescue. Beautiful rescue. Completely negated the 50% water damage. Unfortunately, mechanic will go down here, though. Not much. Whoa! That was a 6 stun. Unfortunately, not much she could do still, because she drops pallets so darn slow. Nothing the mechanic could do that. So, I mean, it's fine, though. She lasted, like, 15, 20 seconds, so that was really solid for us. All we need is just one good rescue here. Just one rescue. Please! Just one rescue. Please, give me that one rescue. Please. Please. I know you might not have any shovels left. I think the Great Creeper has one more. One more. Just one more shovel. I swear there's a song like that. Just one more time. Something about one more time. I don't know what it is. Something about there's one more time of something. Please, just one more rescue. Psyche can never pull a Joe Mama joke. You're right. I don't know any good, like, way to start the Joe Mama jokes. I don't know any good ways. There's a name for it. It's like how to start a joke and then how to end a joke. There's specific terms for that, but a loser like me would not know. One last time, Ariana Grande. I don't know who makes the songs. I don't know what they're called. I just know that they exist. I just know that they exist. I don't know who makes the songs. I don't know what their name is. We're just going with it. We're just going with it. It just exists. That's all I know. Okay, I'll be right back because for some reason my iPad wanted to kill me at the ender when I was trying to leave the game. Okay. Alright, good. I forgot we might get a match, so had to go quick. Alright. Unplug this. Boom. Elgato is dead. Alright. And we are now going on the other device that we shall not speak of. The Five Nights at Freddy's pajamas. Are you guys ready for the jump scare? Alright. Oh no! I wanted to ban, but thankfully I don't think it matters. You guys know how the game kicks you out when you log in on another device? It's alright. It's all good in the hood. It's all good in the hood. There's nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. Okay. No! It's gonna do this thing! No, it's doing the thing! Where I'm not gonna be able to choose my character. I hate this bug so much. This is almost as bad as the bug where you randomly get kicked out of the servers for no reason, even when your Wi-Fi is fine. I'm not gonna be able to choose a character now. Gosh darn it. Here's the funny thing about this glitch. Here's the funny thing about this glitch. When you start the match, it automatically lets you in. As soon as the match starts, the loading screen will show up. But it won't let you in until after the character selection happens, so... Yikes. Yeah. So you guys, we're just waiting 1 minute to pass here, and then you guys will see. The loading screen is going to show up. And we're just going to start the match as Lucky Guy. You see, it's so stupid. The game knows I'm in a match, too. It just won't put me back in the room. Some big brain stuff is going on right here, guys. Alright. I guess I'm going lucky guy. So yeah. As predicted, I was not lying. If that's a real thing. It won't let you back into the match until the game starts, so... I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Lakeside, one of my least favorite maps in the game. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, man, it's completely fine. Come on, guys. Okay, so what's some good item combinations? I'm thinking illusion forward football. I feel like illusion football today. I feel like it. Now let's go Dakota Cypher Machine. Alright. Is someone decoding this? Ah. Well, it's a geisha. My buttons are so tiny. My buttons are so tiny. You guys see how small the buttons are? I need to go change that real quick. Man, how can anyone play on these default settings? Look at how tiny those item buttons are. Alright. Unfortunately, someone was decoding that cipher when I Oh wait, did they get chased off? Was that Psychologist or Gravekeeper? I swear. Alright, my mistake. I thought Gravekeeper was decoding that. But if Gravekeeper was decoding that, I should have gotten off. The audio is really loud on this device. It makes no sense because this device is supposed to be older. Wow! All the settings are different. What? I just set this up. Block quick messages, activate synesthesia mode. No, keep that off. Snowball switch. I don't want to get terror shock while I'm doing this. Like, I don't want her to teleport on me while I'm doing that, so... Alright, I just wanted to make sure, because some geishas do teleport away after they use defense. That's so strange. That's so strange. Everything else saved. Okay, there's a teleport I was talking about. Told you she was gonna teleport. Is the sound fine, guys? I don't know if the sound's fine. That's a wee bit loud. I guess I'll turn it down a little bit. And, I have Tide Turner. Where is the, custom settings? There it is. What? What? It should be correct. Why are my buttons so small? That's not right. That is not right. Oh, that's actually really annoying. It's correct. The settings are correct. It's just... Oh, this is so obnoxious. Character selection, excluding Lucky Guy and Toy Merchant? What? No, I want this on all my survivors. Game, you suck. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Do I have to make that? I don't know if they're going for it, so I'm just going to use this. Alright. Oh, no, I'm still not going to make that. No one pinged anything. No one pinged, like, confirmation. No one pinged that they're decoding, so I'm like, well, gotta assume they're not rescuing, because no one's pinging. You just gotta assume the worst case scenario. I mean, it's really annoying. Like, all I need is just a ping. Nothing else. Just a ping. That's a really risky football. Let's see how that ends up. Okay, a drop happened. Pretty typical. Why is it excluding Lucky Guy? Don't exclude Lucky Guy, please. All. No, don't exclude Lucky Guy. I'm clicking all and it still says excluding Lucky Guy. I want this to be on every survivor. Fine, we're changing it. We're specifically going to Lucky Guy. Identity 5, why do you suck so much? Why is it not saving? Save as default for survivor. Please save. No, that's not saved. That's not saved, game. I actually can't pick an item right now. Because Gisha is one of those hunters where I just can't. I actually could have stunned her right there. I don't know. Maybe I could have. I feel like she would have hit me before then is the problem. Wow, there's no pallets here. Should I just use this? Yeah, let's just obtain a syringe. Well, there goes the lucky guy plan. Dude, John told me it's like a 14 and 15 chance that you get what you want. If that's true, I just got the 1 in 15 chance that I just got a syringe. Okay. To be fair, I don't know why they didn't make this with Lucky Guy, but the parcel should be guaranteed. If it's not guaranteed, if it's not guaranteed, fine, you can heal me, but I'm really not gonna be able to use the syringe elsewhere. Now that I think about it, so I want him to decode. Like, I'm not gonna be able to use the syringe anytime. If the next time she sees me, she's gonna taunt me. So I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm just gonna use this while I still have a chance. Alright. Alright, well, on the bright side, at least our next item is guaranteed, so... Oh, Flashlight's really decent against Geisha. Okay, you guys are gonna see why I like Flashlight against Geisha so much. The nice thing about Flashlight, no one talks about this, but back when Thief used to be S tier in the game and Geisha used to be A tier, Thief was the hard counter to Geisha. And it was for the wrong reasons. It wasn't so much about the slowdown. Like, yes, Geisha used to get slowed down when you looked at her. But the main reason you pick up Flashlight is so that Geisha can't dash at you. Everyone here in this game knows you can't look at Geisha until you have butterflies on you, right? But if you have a flashlight, you can directly stare at the Geisha's face while going backwards. And so, when you pick a flashlight as Thief, you're not going for the flashlight stun. You're just negating their dash, so they can't dash towards you. If they try to, they're going to get cancelled immediately because you're looking at them with the flashlight. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get to show that to you guys today. But really, maybe I should have picked, yeah, honestly, now that I think about it, maybe I should have picked Flashlight when I was about to die there. Yeah, because then it would prevent the dash. Then she can't dash to me, because I'm looking directly at her. And the nice thing about Flashlight is it doesn't matter if you're in range of the Flashlight or not. As long as you're looking in the Geisha's direction, that's all the game cares about. Because if you see the Geisha's face, that's what counts as stopping their dash. I don't think they changed that, right? I don't think you need butterflies on you to stop a dash if you look in their direction. Like, if you have the button, it makes it easier. Because then you just press the button. But if you don't have butterflies on you, they could potentially dash on you. And you may not have a chance to even look back at them because you don't have butterflies on you. But, yeah. Super old school strategies there. No one remembers this stuff, but if you played back then, you know. If you know, you know. Couldn't pick a character. I gotta explain it real quick. In case they didn't see my message on Discord. Seki, how's America doing? I have no idea. I heard that AR isn't doing competitive anymore. And Dreamer left the team to join some other team. It's a little bit unfortunate. Let me see what we're at right now, by the way. Alright. Not bad, not bad. I think all America's also very busy with work and school. Especially nowadays. Did I pick a character? No, I didn't. Well, I guess I know what I'm going. Seki, your These Nuts jokes suck. My These Nuts jokes don't suck. That one was actually pretty clever. The BW, DN, and BW? I don't even remember how it goes. BW, DW, and DN. Dreamwitch stands for DW. Sorry, it goes the other way. DW stands for Dreamwitch. Dude, I literally have my charger plugged in. What is up with this computer? What is up with this charger, not the computer? The charger, dude, even if it's a tiny bit out of the little box, the charging box, it just stops charging. Alright. Good stuff. And the Elgato fell on the ground. Technically, the person who codes faster should take the cipher, plus I'm a mercenary, so we want the worst kiters to decode at Corner House. And I'm more than willing to give the cipher away. I don't know. He just ran away. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the Elgato. Bro. Like, Elgato moment, bro? Elgato, I demand you start working right this instant. Here's the problem. The Elgato is super slippery. I don't have anywhere to, like, put it down without it sliding off my desk. It's just a piece of plastic, really. That's not my iPad. If the game randomly blocks out or sound is lost, that's not my iPad. That's my capture device. It's called a capture card. Capture card is what's responsible for what you guys see on the screen. Capture card is what makes mobile gaming on PC possible. It's the whole reason I'm able to stream you guys on a PC. Well, technically on a laptop. But you guys get the idea. Without it, I would not be able to stream on a separate device. I would have to stream on my iPad. And if you guys watched my streams from a year ago, you guys know exactly how that went. Streams crashing, the audio is really bad, it's super inconsistent. Oh, wait, what? Why did I randomly stop the coding? Speak to it softly, Psyche. Okay, that's very intelligent. What do you think about 369 Mercenary? I think it has some very, very, very rare uses, such as never. Such as never. Never use it, please. If you use it, I deem you crazy, and you should go to a psych ward as soon as possible. I actually don't know if psychologists can survive a hook. Nope. She's gonna die right here. Yeah. That really sucks. Man, that really sucks. That's kind of unlucky. If she just had a little bit more healing, she could still survive a hook and a hit. Alright. That sucks. That sucks as well. Double sucks. I actually have to use a second elbow bath here. That really sucks. that hook, right, just barely caught me. That hook just barely caught me. Let's check if there's any traps here. I'm pretty sure the mechanic removed them, but just in case, always gotta be for sure. You really can't trust anyone when you're on your own in ring. Technically, I could join the voice chat, but I don't know. I just don't like voice chats with people who aren't Miki or like someone. I don't know. This is hard to explain, but it's sort of like a streamer job where like it's really hard for me as a streamer to talk about the game if no one else is talking about it, like as from a streamer's point of view. If everyone is talking about it as if they're just playing on their own, then it makes the stream kind of confusing to watch. I just don't like it. I just don't like Miki's good at that though. Miki's super good at commentating just the game as it progresses, even if he's not the one streaming. Like there's no random. You never hear any random stuff like, "Oh, this hunter's so trash. I shouldn't be dying to him." You never hear any of that random backlash. Maybe once in a while, I will say I shouldn't have gone out to this hunter that soon. But in general, you gotta keep it attached to the stream. You gotta keep it relevant to the audience. Oh! Okay, his cipher's primed as well. Yeah. Maybe that wasn't a good pop. I don't know. That was a late pop. That was a late pop. I don't think that was a good pop. It really depends if the gamekeeper used his hook. If the gamekeeper used his hook, then the person will survive for at least 10 seconds, which that was 10 seconds. And, oh, I don't know if we're gonna make this. I actually don't know. I'm spamming the door in case she gets off, but we'll make it. We got this. We got it. We got it. Not a good pop. Not a very good pop. Maybe a... Oh, it's Blue. What's up, Blue? Maybe a side of me should have been like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have popped in and maybe have Mechanic go rescue. I don't know. It could just... It might just lead into more problems, especially since Corner House was somewhat near the Cypher, so... I'm just not going to take the chance. And if he teleports off of chair, then that kind of gives us a chance. Not really. It's hard to say at that point. Seki, what are your thoughts on the new Hunter? I don't know a whole lot about the new Hunter. I tend to stay away from leaks until the Hunter actually comes out. And then then when someone asks me, I can give a full review on it. But even then, even when it's actually out in the NAEU server, because this is the NAEU server, by the way. It's probably out in China, let's be real here. It's probably already out in China, but in terms of NAEU, this Hunter doesn't even exist. No one should even know this Hunter is going to be coming either. It's really just because of the Chinese server. But I don't know a whole lot about him. I just know he throws wax. He could cover survivors in wax. I don't know if it stops the survivors from interacting. I stay away from leaks in general because I want to be surprised. I want the game to be like, oh, here you go, we got this new Hunter, now strategize. And like, for me, when other people are like already releasing leaks about it and coming up with strategies, that kind of ruins the fun for me. I want to like look at it my own and get my own personal thoughts. I don't want to be biased by any other people who are like, oh, this new Hunter is a thing and they're going to be this and that and they're going to be really bad here and really good against the survivor. Oh, they're going to be amazing against forward or something like that. I'm just going to wait. I want to see for myself and then I can make an actual call. But even then, I have to see how the Hunter plays. I would actually have to play the Hunter to get a feel for them. Then I'll finally understand. It's hard for me to say if he's going to be good. I did hear that he can cover the pallets in wax. But that leaves another question. How much wax does he need to cover a pallet so that you can't use it anymore? Okay, I got cornfield. This is a bad corner spawn. Although, yeah, it was probably cornfield. There's not another spawn like cornfield. I doubt it yet. Alright. So we'll give this cipher to Priestess. Nope, she doesn't want it apparently. Me the slow decoder trying to give the cipher to the faster decoder, but everyone's just leaving me. Seki, I want to be a support main. Do you recommend Seer or Fion? Yeah, that's a really tough call. Honestly, I wouldn't really recommend... Okay, this might sound stupid, but... I really wouldn't recommend playing support role in rank unless you're doing 4-person voice chat. If you're doing 4-person voice chat, Priestess is usually the better pick, because you guys can get some actual amazing wins off of the Priestess portals late game. And it's crazy. And so, in general, I would recommend Priestess. But if you're not playing with 4 people, then both Seer and Priestess are not good for supporting your teammates. Like, at that point, if you pick Priestess or Seer, there's really nothing wrong with either. All it means is that you're probably going to get people who won't call for Owl, and it's going to be really hard to pre-place portals so that other people can use them. It's a whole problem when you're not in 4-person voice chat. Notice how I'm not saying 4-man voice chat. We gotta break these gender barriers, guys. 4-man voice chat? Nah, 4-person voice chat. That's where it's at. I actually thought we weren't gonna rescue at all. In this situation, I wouldn't go rescue at all. Like, all 3 servers are far away from the chair, and the Hunter's gonna be very tempted to camp. We're not even gonna be able to get the rescue now. Yeah. So all that really did is we wasted a shovel, we wasted some health, and we're probably also going to get a very quick down now. All of the above. All of the above. By the way, could you guys update me? Did I count for the last game? No, I didn't, right? Against the game against Blue? I don't think I counted it, so I'm going to count an extra score to the tie. This one's going to be a loss, though. I can guarantee it. Well, we have 2 ciphers. The only problem is our 4th cipher is at middle, and our 5th cipher has not even been started. So, it's kind of a problem. Make sure you guys walk outside of where the knight is standing. That way you don't get caught inside the water trap. So, like, right there, she threw the harpoon to me. I can either choose to go to the left or to the right. Since the Naya threw the harpoon way more to the right of the chair, then she's obviously going to turn to the left. You could also watch your back if you're not sure. And then just go on the whichever side they're not going on. In that situation, that was very easy to predict. Because you can just straight up see. You can just straight up see that they're, Oh, usually hunters go on the other side. Alright, make sure to avoid the water. We're probably going to have to use an elbow pad here. That's alright. It's not a big deal. It's not, as long as there's a pallet here, assuming. No, let's avoid that. And, I wasn't even trying that time. That time I wasn't even trying. That was a really bad elbow pad, by the way. I'm not even sure if we're going to make it. I actually want to keep my health up anyway, though. So, you know what? If this person chases me, that's okay. That kind of sucks. Alright. Alright. I really just needed to bait the swing. But she... Of course, I always go down to blink. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes, bros. That's just how it goes. I always go down to blink. Did I just get a heartbeat? That's kind of like a bug with the Priestess Portal. When you go through a Priestess Portal, it travels from one side of the map to the other, so anything in between it will give you a heartbeat if the hunter's in that range, in between that. So I think all that meant is the hunter was at middle, not that the hunter was near a portal. It's possible they were next to the other portal on that side of the map, but at that point it's too late. I'm already through it. I see some questions about higher graphics and the difference between low and high graphics. Low graphics, you're supposed to use low graphics if your device is freezing a lot. So this is for lower end devices. Lower end devices typically can't deal with all the pixels going on, all the high resolution. So the point of low graphics is to reduce the resolution of several things, maybe change the color saturation of a few things, just so your device isn't so frozen. It has nothing to do with lag. That's a common misconception. It doesn't have anything to do with lag. Lag and frames per second are 2 completely different things. Frames and lag are different. Frames can be confused with lag, though. That is a thing. And lag can be confused with frames. But if you're laggy, your ping will show it. And if your frames are low, then the game will ask you, do you want to switch to low performance? But if you use low performance, keep in mind that you can't see the heartbeat very well. That's how I'm able to see the heartbeat so quickly. I immediately get a purple aura, and I can immediately just start transitioning away from my cipher. If you use low graphics, what happens is you don't see the heartbeat until like the hunter gets 10 meters closer. Then you're like, oh, hunter is near me. I better go away. And by then, it might be too late to reach a pallet or a window, depending on which area you are in. Alright, I'm gonna pop. Hopefully that was a good pop. I'm just gonna trust Potato on that. I'm gonna trust him. I think they're in voice chat anyway, so I'm gonna trust him. Oh, he was the one getting chased. I thought Overthrown was getting chased. Okay. Okay, so good thing I trusted him, because he was the one getting chased anyway. You're gonna... There we go. Personally, I prefer Seer, but it can be difficult if your team is stumping for Owl. It's really map dependent, to be honest. If you get Arms Factory, definitely pick Seer. But I also don't really like Priestess as a kiter. I don't really like her as kiter, nor do I like Seer as kiter. I don't really like either as kiter. That's a really hard palette to deal with. That's really rough. That's hard. Palettes that you can't hide behind are deemed bad palettes for a reason. Because what ends up happening is you're just guessing, is the hunter going to go through or are they just going to swing? Sometimes they swing while going through and there's nothing you can do. So it's a hard call to make. Those palettes aren't good for a reason. But hey, you got to try. You just got to guess and hope you're right. Should I use high frames per second? I don't know because it feels smooth. That's up to your decision if you want. If your device can handle it, sure, why not? In my preference, I don't like to do high FPS because it slightly throws me off. The smoothness almost feels like the game is slower to me. Does that make sense? The game just feels slower for me. I don't know how to explain this, but whenever I use high FPS, it's just the game just feels slower for me. It feels like my elbow pads are slightly laggier. They take slightly more time to activate. And that's not lag. That's just the game is able to fit more frames in between. So it feels like it's longer, but all they're really doing is adding more frames. And if you don't know what frames are, basically it just means that how long a game spends on a certain picture. Let's say you took like a motionless picture of the game. How many times will the game change that picture in the next second? So 30 frames per second means that in 1 second, the pixels will like change themselves 30 times. But if you're using high FPS, it's 60 frames per second, so that's twice as fast. The game is updating itself twice as fast, so that if something was about to happen, you can see it a little bit sooner. Sometimes. It also means that everything you do also feels slightly slower because there's more animation fit in between. It's a whole story, and really, I should play with high FPS. People have told me I should play with high FPS because it gives you more time to react to things and it gives you a chance to see things quicker. I don't know. It's just when Identity V first released, for the first 2 years of Identity V, there was no such thing as high FPS on mobile. That was only a PC thing. So when high FPS released, I made a whole video about this. It's one of my more viewed videos on the channel, talking about, is the high FPS option any good? And I look back at the video, and I wonder, geez, that's a stupid topic, Psyche. Obviously you should use high FPS. But me, I tried high FPS, and my first thoughts were like, I don't know about you guys, but the game feels worse. Every other game I play with high FPS on, but I just can't stand for Identity V. I don't know. I think it's just because when you get used to something, it's hard to go back to something new. Old habits die hard. Meaning that once you're stuck in an old habit, it's really hard for that habit to die. Or in other words, go away. Alright. It is a penguin. I do not like penguins. Factory spawn. Going straight to No Man's Land. For those wondering where No Man's Land is, that is the cipher next to the rock and the one pallet and one window. It's in the middle of nowhere. That's why it's called the No Man's Land. That place used to be the middle of nowhere, but then they updated Arms Factory, so there's actually something going on there. Unfortunately, because it's a penguin and I'm Seer, I don't like playing Seer as Kiter. I'm probably going to get teleported on. For now, I don't think we have to worry about Quenching Thirst. I think Quenching Thirst activates at 185 seconds, so I'll be ready for it. Quenching Thirst actually can't activate it anymore because he damaged someone. I actually have to concentrate for this one. Because Penguin... Sometimes you get lucky with Penguin bombs. You hate that spawn? There's two possible spawns that the hunter could spawn if you get back gate. It's not a key spawn. If I get that spawn, I go straight to Deep Ruins. The reason I go there is because I know everywhere else the hunter spawns either at front gate, at shed, like in No Man's Land. Not actually at shed, more towards No Man's Land. Did I miss a help me, by the way? Did I miss a help me? Did she call for help? Oopsies. Dude, I don't know how Schmitty can play Identity 5 and stream it and still like be able to watch for help me's. I don't know how he does it. We're definitely gonna focus on decoding. I'm triggering tinnitus right now. I'm not actually gonna go for the rescue, but it's just annoying for the hunter. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to decode middle because he's also gonna pressure it. Well, we're not gonna get a lot of decode off of this. That's strange. Forward took a hit. We're not even gonna be able to heal him because as soon as I start healing him, Wanted Order will reveal us. So I can't actually even go for it. Watch out for the bomb. Thankfully, it didn't blow up on me. I'm gonna go to No Man's Land. No Cypher here, though. I'll go take middle, then. This game's looking pretty bad, I'll be honest. See, she didn't ping help me? Okay, that's good. I just want to know, so like I don't get people giving me weird looks after the game ends, and they'll be like, "Why did you send out?" I'm like, "What?" The way it works with Penguin, this is so important, guys. With Penguin, you cannot give basic hits. That's what causes us to lose against hunters that do chip damage. It's such a huge disadvantage. That's 2 less bombs the hunter needs. And because that's 2 less bombs, that means you have to dodge more bombs in a row without getting hit. You have way less forgiveness. If you give them a free hit, you're basically almost guaranteed to die at that point, whether or not they have blink. Alright. Just walking managed to work. Alright, that's a 5-second bomb, so... Alright. I don't know why he didn't use bombs there. Maybe he's out of bombs? Alright, he's going after me. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot we can do. That counted somehow. Yeah. That's the thing about Penguin. That's the thing about Penguin. Once someone gives basic hits on a kite, what that means is someone has to take a basic hit on the rescue, and then that means they're a very easy chase, and then it's an endless loop. The point of not rescuing against Penguin is if someone does a bad kite, that way whoever kites next is at full health, and we don't end up with a problem where the next kiter is also at half health because they went to rescue, and then they're easily dead to 2 bomb hits. Which is what happened that game. Forward, I don't know at when, but Forward at some point, so no disrespect to Forward, I'm just explaining why this game is going the way it's going and how you can be this hunter. And it's kind of it sucks because I feel like I'm always explaining how things can go right, but I never get a chance to control the game, so we just end up losing. Basically, the way it works is against Penguin you cannot get basic hits, because if you get basic hits, that's 2 less bomb hits they need on. That means they're almost for sure gonna kill you with the remaining bombs they have. On the contrary, if you don't take any basic hits on your kite, it's a lot difficult for the Penguin, because if you start dodging 2 or 3 bombs, that's where the Penguin starts running out of bombs. That's where they have to start waiting on their cooldown, and they're in trouble. Now, if someone does a bad kite, you really shouldn't go after the rescue, unless maybe you're a mercenary. If you're a mercenary, I'll give you a pass because you can just elbow pad away from the bombs all the time. But once a rescuer's at half health, basically what's going to happen is the hunter's just going to chase that next rescuer, because that's 2 less bomb hits they need on them. Then someone has to rescue the rescuer, or whoever they hit. It doesn't have to be a rescuer. And then that person has to go rescue, or else we're going to lose. But then that means they have to take a basic hit. And if it's a rescuer, if they cheer the rescuer, obviously they're not going to chase the rescuer anymore. They're going to go after the seer that rescued. And so that's an easy 2 bomb hits. Guys, wait, let me go take a drink. I see you guys telling me to dip the team, but I don't have another choice. Let me go get something to drink. I see you guys saying that I should like leave the team because they're not performing well. That's a violinist going through ruins. I don't know if you guys see. If you get that fence spawn, look to your right and you can see who the hunter is if you're fast enough. Alright. And I see you guys telling me to leave the team, right? And, you know, that's true. They're not performing super well. And I knew that. I knew that when I went into this team. Right? But it's either them or randoms. You tell me who I should pick. I'd rather pick them because there's at least one player on this team that I know is really good. They've just been screwing up as well. Psyche, why do you have a tree in the background? That's a Christmas tree. That's the Christmas tree right there. This is the basement. This is not my room. Just so we're super clear. I don't stream in my room. I stream in the basement. It looks like a room. I know it does. But that's because, going back in my family history, basically, I think it was my dad's dad. I don't think it was my mom's dad. My dad's dad came here and he renovated this place. He renovated the whole basement. There were also some renovations upstairs on the first floor and second floor. But he changed the entire basement. And he made it like an actual place where you can live. Like, if this was a single floor apartment, you'd be convinced this was a single floor apartment because of how nice it looks. This does not look like a basement. Obviously we have one part of the basement actually look like a basement. That's where we store all our food. That's where we do the laundry. But this is the basement, so regardless, we still keep stuff in here. That's the tree. So that's the Christmas tree. Point is, that's the Christmas tree. I really hate fake Christmas trees, guys. I really don't like fake Christmas trees. I feel like it ruins the spirit of Christmas. Because the whole point is to decorate a real Christmas tree. I don't know. It's up to preference, honestly. It's just up to you, what you feel is right. Jesus Christ, what was that? Kai. Okay. I don't want to talk too much about it because I know I was the one who signed up for this team, so I can't really complain too much. But jeez. Anyway. I don't even know if we can make it, actually. Anyway, I don't really like fake Christmas tree is the moral of the story. Oh, yeah. Oh! I think he might be using, what's it called? Whatever that trait is called. No prisoners. I don't even know what the trait is called. It's some trait where you die... Oh, nope, I got stuck. Some trait where you die 9% faster. I mean, we could snipe this hunter's build later, but I don't really care that much. No survivors? No. I swear something else is called no survivors. No survivors is the one where if you knock someone down... Yeah, control freak. No survivors is the one where if you knock someone down, you get an 8% recovery if there's other survivors near you. I think. I don't know. That's the thing, I have no idea. I have no clue. So yeah, he's obviously going after me. And we're almost for sure gonna die here because there's only one pallet left. But I'll try to game for you guys. Ignore my leg if you see my leg. Yeah, he's breaking the pallet. We're done. He's breaking the pallet. Oh yeah, that sucks. Almost got the pallets done. Oh, that sucks. We're just gonna have to do this. I actually could have gone to shed, so slight mistake by me. We're done. Whenever I get hit by a violinist note, it's never like actually touching me. It's always me walking into it and it barely touches me. It barely still does damage. I like how you guys are all questioning the hit. I'm over here saying like, I've seen this a million times. And every time it happens, I still question why is that allowed? But that's the game. Nothing I can do about it. All I know is that the dungeon is not. Oh, the dungeon is here. Okay, dungeon is at back corner. Okay. But it looks like they got seen. I mean, no surprise that the person got seen. I can literally see their shadow from across the map. It is what it is, exactly, Lanternn. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't know what it is, but whenever I stream for you guys, I can never get first Kai. I can never get first Kai when I stream for you guys. It's always like something else happening, and then someone else does not do a good Kai, and then I have to rescue. What is this bot doing here? Hide user from the channel, please. And I'm also deleting it. Maybe that's why people stream on Twitch. Run in the hunter's direction so you're first Kai. Yeah, honestly, you might be right there, Melly. You're probably right there, because every time I start a game, I'm always telling you guys the key spawn of the hunter. I'm always telling you guys hunter key spawn, and then I'm over here running away from the spawn. That's the smart decision. You obviously shouldn't run into the hunter, because then usually when you run into the hunter and you get them to see you, you're usually not in a good spot when that happens. So you end up hurting yourself. So I don't know. Honestly, if we're really desperate, I could play prisoner. I could play someone else will prisoner. I really don't like kiting with priestess. That's exactly what I do when I play rescue, so I waste your time in our first Kai. Melly, that's not a good strategy when you're a rescuer, though, because if you're a mercenary or a gravekeeper, a smart hunter will ignore you. So I would not do that if you're a rescuer, but since I was playing perfumer, I could have done that. So someone got a spawn there. Oh, I didn't know someone... Wait. Oh, hunter probably got it beside statue then. Yeah. Yeah, that's... Oh, maybe they got ruins. It's either ruins or statue. You can tell because someone spawned on both on my left and my right, meaning that hunter has to be on the other corner of the map. If I have two survivors on my left and on my right. Unfortunately, if I spawn far away from the hunter, I also can't afford to waste time chasing the hunter. Honestly, this isn't even like, let's be real here, this is not top 20 survivor. Psyche Hunter stream when? I just did a Hunter stream. I did a Hunter stream literally last stream. It was a Hunter randomizer. Psyche, do you have a spooky stream planned? Not really. I guess for the Halloween stream, I could wear my cowboy hat and play cowboy. Is that a good idea? That's gonna be such a bad stream. It's gonna be such a bad stream. I don't know how to play cowboy at all. It would be great for the views, though. The life of a YouTuber. Choosing whether you want to do something for your own liking or doing it for the views. You decide. That's how it is. Alright. Obviously, we're doing it for the viewers. We're doing it for the fans, obviously. Dress up as cowboy. I don't have a very good cowboy outfit. All I have is a hat. Psych is always so low budget. Everything about this channel is low budget. There's no ads. I've never spent money on my account. Everything about this channel is low budget. You know, for low budget, I'd say I got pretty far. For low budget. I mean, seriously, my editing software is free. Any one of you guys could download my editing software and make videos just like I do. Any person right now, they don't have to even buy any expensive video editing software. All they have to do is download iMovie on their phone or iPad. And boom, they can make a Psyche video. That's all they have to do. That's how low budget we are. Well, I am. I wouldn't say we. It's more like me. I have to get ready in case this hunter chases me. No, they're going after mercenary. Okay, so smart hunter. Smart decision from the hunter. I thought I told Overthrown to remove his thank you ping, because that's not nice. I'm just gonna assume that because him and Potato are friends, I'm just gonna assume he's doing it as friends, you know? Green hoodie? Dress up like my uncles in Mexico and call it a cowboy identifier cosplay. Whoa, 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 whoa! I don't want to step into that kind of territory. I'll just put on the cowboy getup. I'll just put on the cowboy hat. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing. No one can deem. No one. That. There's no way that's offensive, right? If you wear a cowboy hat and call yourself a cowboy, please don't tell me that's offensive. We don't even have a channel banner yet. That's how cheap we are. I don't even have a channel banner. I like how for the past 2 years I've been thinking about a channel banner. And I should really search up how to make a channel banner. Okay, focus time. I wish I was in a more comfortable sitting position though. Alright. Now focus time. Back to talking. This is not an Identity 5 stream. When I do Identity 5 streams, it's never Identity 5. It's always just chatting, because everyone else is doing the kiting and rescuing. It's just a chatting stream while watching Psyche suffer in rank with everyone else. Well, I think we're dying. I don't know. Yeah, he's going after the mercenary. Oh, he's going after me now. I actually don't know if we're going to be able to make this rescue. I hate Axeplay so much. Oh! Yes, he swung early, so I don't have to worry about the Terror Shock. Fireball? No. I thought they were going to use that Fireball. Alright, so we got our last 2 ciphers. We have hopefully Mercenary's working on a cipher, and this is going to be our last cipher, but yeah, we can't decode that. Honestly, guys, I don't even think I can leave. If I leave, he's just gonna do his... That's unlucky. That's really unlucky. It just so happens there's a soul there. As I was saying, if I leave the tree radius, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get slowed down. I'm gonna have a purple soul on me. The Axeman is gonna use his restful road, and then he's gonna use the fireball to speed up to me, and then I'm gonna die that way. So that plan was gonna be much better. Unfortunately, there was a random fireball behind me, so... That's a yikes. It's a big yikes. I'm probably not even going to be able to pick myself up. This always happens. I can't even tell you guys how many times I've, I was about to pick myself up, and I was at 99% healing. Is that a stun? No. If it's not a regular hit, if it's not an ability hit, it's a blink. If it's not an ability hit, that should be my motto. If it's not an ability hit, it's a blink hit. I don't even know who we're losing against. I don't know some of these hunters. I don't even know who that hunter is, and we just lost to him. Like, if we're gonna lose, at least let me lose to someone who is a formidable opponent, who is like a veteran hunter. It doesn't matter, to be honest. Seki, you should play a spooky game for Halloween. I mean, Numer did a Five Nights at Freddy's stream, but do you guys want to see a Five Nights at Freddy's stream? You guys want to see a Five Nights at Freddy's stream? Isn't Identity V supposedly a horror game? It's supposed to be. There used to be, this game actually used to be designed as a horror game. If you guys don't know what the beta versions of Identity V looks like, search a beta version of Identity V Gaming Grizzly. Gaming Grizzly has a whole video on it. And the game has this really scary atmosphere. Arms Factory is completely black, like the sky is black. Very foggy. It looks like Ripper called Arms Factory his home. And then Hospital had a red sky. The sky was red in Hospital. But due to Chinese government restrictions, they had to change the horror aspects. They had to get rid of Clown's chainsaw. Clown used to wield a chainsaw. They had to get rid of... Okay, this is a key spawn again. Hunter spawn back corner. You guys we already know, Psyche. We already got this key spawn earlier in the stream. Hellember used to have a scythe as a weapon. A scythe? Scythe? It's the farming tool you use to collect wheat. If you guys don't know what it is, search up farming tool to collect wheat, and that's what Hellember's weapon used to be. Peepers? I'm in such a bad area. It just so happens. Oh, that's so unlucky. That's the one hunter where That's the one hunter where it really makes a difference. Like who I'm up against. On top of that, I'm in a really bad area. Man, that's the one hunter where it really makes a difference. The good news is at least I'm Perfumer. So... I mean, we could still bring this back. Nah, he's setting up a trap there as well. I don't know, guys. I don't know if we'll be able to win this. The one time I'm kiting. It's not going to be that good, unfortunately. We could still pull this back, actually. Fastball. What was that moan, Psyche? Psyche, what was that? Psyche, what the heck was that? Oh, this lag. What was that? He's just going to hook me here. Oh, I dodged it somehow. That's fine. What? Oh. That usually you never dodge. You're doing better than previous kites? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, tell me about it. We could win. We could win this. We can win this. We should be able to win this. This is a winnable kite right here. We're not winning. Now I have to do a perfect kite for 2 ciphers. We got a really bad rescue. What's new? What's new? If I'm not the rescuer, this is what happens. Heck, I might not even get rescued. Forget the rescue. Why is this person waiting so long? You can't wait this long against Gamekeeper. Because you gotta... I don't know, guys. Yeah. Okay. That was really lucky. That was really lucky. Okay, we just need to survive a little bit. Turner should be able to make it. We should be able to make it with Turner. Okay, focus. Is a trap here? No trap here. But I'm pretty sure there's a trap at the window. Let's double check. Double check to make sure. No trap. Okay. There are tons of trap at ship, though. Tons of traps at ship. At small boat. Sorry, not ship. Small boat. Dude, I don't know how we got those ciphers popped from 0 to 100. But we just did somehow. We somehow did. I don't know how. I feel like we should not be winning this. We should not be winning this. I don't even know how we managed to do that, to be perfectly honest. Alright. Is that our first win? No, we won before this. If you weren't convinced of the power of Perfumer now, before. Psyche, why are you so sick? Why your voice sounds different? My voice sounds different? That's concerning. I sure hope it doesn't. I'm not sick. I'm feeling fine. Alright. Well, we brought that game back, thankfully. Guys, check that out. Someone on my friends list was named Mikey. A little backstory. When I first wanted to play Identity 5, I wanted to name myself Mikey. But Mikey was taken. So I'm like, what other name ends with Ike? And I started putting random letters in front of Ike until I felt like I found the best one. And therefore Psyche was made. That is how Psyche was made. It's spooky season, that's why his voice got lower. Maybe I should get Perfume? Absolutely. Get Perfumer. This is an amazing survivor. Do I run Snooze? I don't. Oh yeah, I do use Snooze. He's right. I stopped using Will to survive. I feel like a criminal. I feel like a criminal because I made a whole video about hating on Snooze. Right? Right? You know the funny thing about Snooze? There's no better survivor trait. Okay, long story short, I put on Snooze for one of the tournament matches. So you guys remember back when I was in AR? I put on Snooze for one of my tournament matches because it was like some dumb map like Arms Factory where all the chairs are close together. So you're never going to get value out of Will to survive. So I put on Snooze. And ever since then, I never remembered to take it off. Okay, but here's the thing. I'm going to be real with you guys. I really don't think Snooze is a good trait, okay? Snooze, it really is useless. But what's more useless? Will to survive, Sticker, Savior Complex, Sneak, Mech Elite, Survivor's Instinct. There's no better trait. I used to use Will to survive for years. I used to. But guess what? Identity 5 devs, for whatever reason, added extra chairs to every single map. They added extra chairs on Arms Factory. So there's chairs in different spots that used to not be there, that are now appearing there. There's extra chairs on Church. There's extra chairs on Hospital. There's extra chairs on Lakeside. They added extra chairs everywhere. On Moonlit, there are extra chairs now that used to not exist. Actually, no. Moonlit is the one map where they all used to be in that. Yeah, I think Moonlit is the one map where all the chairs stayed the same. But still, even on Moonlit, all the chairs are close together. Tell me, when is Will to Survive actually going to save your life? It never does. It never saves my life. Now, is snooze gonna save your life? Probably not. It's the same deal. Like, it's probably also never gonna save your life. I highly doubt it's ever gonna save your life most of the time. That's a bad start. I literally walk into the hunter. Wait, is she about to use the harpoon? That is not a good harpoon. That is not a good harpoon. That's a really bad harpoon. I could just do this. Okay, now this is a fine harpoon. I would have been mad if that still counted, by the way. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys a new strat I've been working on. Let's go! Brick wall guy coming to a channel near you. That I'm actually using that. I'm actually using that as a real kiting strategy. That's not a joke. I'm actually considering using that. It's not a joke, guys. Oh, she got me good. Okay, never mind. She swung. Blink. Let's go! Walk to the side, sidestep the hunter. Alright, I knew she was gonna swing there. I'm just gonna use my perfume here. That's fine, honestly. Honestly, after that brick wall stun, I'm okay with that. That was hilarious. That brick wall stun was actually hilarious. I'm perfectly fine with that. It happens sometimes. Sometimes that happens where I think the hunter hits me and they didn't. It's really annoying when it happens, but we're doing a really good Kai anyway, so I'm fine with it. She's gonna harpoon me. I gotta hurry. I would have been mad if that counted, by the way. You guys want to do the same thing? Oh wait, I can do this time. Oh yes. I can't do the same thing because she's in fish form. Way too fast. That's way too fast. Let's go. I'll even search in a chest just for you guys. Just for you guys, I'm going to search in a chest. Because technically speaking, that guy was so good, we should be able to look in a chest and we should have Cypher's Pop still. Let's go. For those of you that doubted Perfumer's ability to kite Naiad, the reason Perfumer is so good against Naiad, I know, that was a really bad kite. Those were some really bad perfumes, right? Those are really bad perfumes. I dropped the pallet on myself because I thought I went through the pallet, and then I perfumed back when I thought she hit me. That was really bad perfumes, okay? I just want to make that clear. But assuming you played perfectly, assuming I played perfectly there, then you guys get the understanding. Whenever the Naya tries to circle you, all you have to do is use your perfume away from the circle and they can't do anything about it. They could try to blink you. They could try to blink you after you use the perfume. But the whole point is to prevent ability damage. The whole point is to prevent ability damage so that they can't kill you with a blink. They're forced to use a blink when you're at full health. And let me tell you guys, if you force them to use a blink when you're still at full health, that's great. That's awesome. That's fine. Oh, by the way. Oh, wait. She's going to cut me off. Okay. I was about to tell you guys that you can go to that church window over there and she can't vault over it. I think she has blink back. No way she has blink back. Okay, so basically what we're going to do is we just got to avoid the dashes. That's okay. Well, actually, it's not okay. It's actually not okay because we're not really close to a pallet, so it's not okay. I mean, it's kind of okay. We since the wall was there, we were able to go around successfully. That's all right. We'll take the hit and we'll transition away. And looks like she tried to blink me there because that did not work out for her. Double speed boost. Yeah, this hunter's kind of getting screwed over. Yeah, they left. Chest part 2? Chest part 2 for the fans? Chest part 2, let's go. I mean, we should have had Cypher's popped a while ago. But, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. We're still alive. Ugh, I did not want a syringe in that situation. Dude, how are we getting these early downs when it's, when we have shovels? Dungeon is here. I actually don't want to risk dungeon because that hunter just came to that game. She's probably going to check dungeon. She's probably going to check dungeon just to be sure someone's waiting there if this is a smart hunter. So I'm just going to go to Mercenary's gate because he pinged his gates being worked on, so. It's more likely that we'll make it to the gates than we'll make it through the dungeon because you never know. I think it's more likely that she checks dungeon because she knows she's not going to make it to the other gate. So her last option... Oh, it was Dreamer. Dreamer's last option would be to check if dungeon is at graveyard, and if dungeon's at graveyard, he's going to be looking for tinnitus. So, that was sort of like a like a decision ahead of time. Just making sure you're one step ahead of the hunter. If you know they're going for one gate, go for the other gate. There's no point of staying at dungeon. All right, we're getting some good games in. We're getting some good games in. I hate cooking that bird on accident. Seki being first kite really makes a big difference. I mean, to be fair, the hunter's blink was not good. They screwed up the blink. I mean, to be fair, I was also ready for the blink, so instead of running straight ahead, I ran on my left. This is what I found. I could make a blink guide on this. I found that the best way to dodge blinks is not to vault. If you vault, they usually just terror shock you while blinking, while you're vaulting over on the other side. What I found the best strategy is, if you have a pallet boost or you have a window boost and you know they're about to blink, instead of running straight ahead or whichever direction is best that you would normally run in a completely different direction that they're not expecting you to go in. So then you speed away from where they thought they were going to catch up to you. And because you had the speed boost, that'll save you. Like, sure, if you didn't have a speed boost, you're still going to take a hit. There's no way you're going to be able to vault the pallet in time. But if you had a speed boost, that's why the speed boost is so important. Because not only do you get out of the way of the blink, you also get to another pallet. And, yeah. Just playing it super safe. You know, don't try to go for Vault Terror Shock blinks when you're, don't risk those when you're at full health. Instead, a much safer strategy is to go on the side. Basically, it's better than doing nothing, right? It's better than running straight ahead. You may as well. Chinatown. This is an amazing map for Perfumer, by the way. That was slow. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to respond to me in the next 5 seconds. Okay. Alright, cool. Everyone talks about Priestess being amazing on this map. Yes, she is very amazing on this map because she could portal across the map and reach an OP part of the map without even trying. That's how she transitions on this map. It's so broken. One time I had a spawn underneath the dungeon. You guys know there's a dungeon spot underneath a building? You guys probably don't know, but for those that do know. You guys know that area? Well, I was getting chased there first. Right? And a Ripper was chasing me from 2-story. All I did was portal through two buildings and reach 2-story. It was so skillless. It was so skillless. And then I go up the stairs and use the pallet. This might be the Wu Chang. Because I am seeing some Hunter change targets, so I'm going to be a little careful. Alright, I think it's fine now. Maybe. I'm going to stand on this side of the pallet just in case. Can I hide behind this? Yes, you can stand behind this pallet. So if I get teleport on... Actually, I'm probably going to use that perfume, now that I think about it. Just to be extra safe. It's a penguin. Okay. He's not going to chase me, though. I actually really wish he chased me there. You guys are probably thinking, oh, you're playing Perfumer against Bonbon. That's not very good. You're right. It's not as good as something like Naiad or Geisha. But think about it this way. I was about to take a window boost. That window boost was about to take me to 2-story. And then every time I'd fall off the building at 2-story, I perfume. There's nothing the Penguin can do. And that's... You can do that against any hunter. Any hunter. That destroys any hunter. Some more than others. Penguin is one of those hunters that's more than others. And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So it's really... The way it works in this game, a lot of people look at characters in this game and they think to themselves, oh, you're playing... Oh, the person's playing Perfumer. I can counter that by going Bonbon, right? But depending on where the Perfumer transitions to, your game could be ruined even more because they pick Perfumer. Perfumer, this is why I say Perfumer is one of the best rank survivors to go in this game. She is so good against every hunter in almost any area. And some areas she makes even better than other survivors. Like, sometimes she turns garbage areas into amazing areas. 2-story. 2-story. Guys, 2-story is not a good area anymore. After they remove those pallets, it's not a very good area anymore. All you're doing by going on 2-story is to drop down. That's not worth it. That's not worth it. Like, maybe against some hunters, if you have nowhere else to run, it might be worth it. But it's really not good is the point. It's not very good is the point. Like, there are better options is the point. We should heal her. Well, let's just say get ready to get teleported on, then. I mean, there's a few portals set up here. Here's the problem, though. She's gonna be first kite. She's gonna be first kite, so... we're gonna be in some trouble if she gets found first. Alright. Hunter went after me. The plan is to reach 2-story. If he hits me with a few bombs, that's okay. That's okay if he hits me with a few bombs. The point is to reach 2-story, and then from there we're home free. Alright, unfortunately, he did find the priestess, so we're in a lot of trouble now. All because we just need a little bit of game sense, and we could be in a tie position, but right now we're in a lost position, actually. We're in a potentially losing situation because there's no guarantee we'll be able to finish the cipher now. He might even just switch targets and just straight up chase me. And I would not be surprised if he did that because he knows the mercenary cipher is shaking. Yeah. I think if this hunter was a little bit more self-aware, they'd be paying attention to if cipher is shaking, so then they'd know it's safe to chase me. But you know, they also can't go too far away because mercenary can also always elbow pad. Alright, Alright, if he goes after me, this is amazing. This will be amazing if he goes after me. He's gonna vault that. Oh, we're not in a good position anymore. Okay. We're not in a good position, but hopefully our teammates are working on the cipher, so that's not gonna be a big deal. I'm just gonna have to use a perfume on that. There's really no better way of using a perfume. This hunter is smart though. Well, we got out a blink. That's fine. That's fine. That means he... Why are they healing? That was our chance to pop the cipher right there. Seki, why are you so camping? You are Yasin Slay. I don't know what Yasin means. This is actually fine. Well, it was fine. Now we're not so fine. Because, mercenaries, for whatever reason, trying to rescue before half. In this situation, he should be waiting after half. Because we're working on a brand new cipher for some reason. Like, now I have to kite 30%. Which is probably not going to happen. Like, how the heck am I gonna... That was an incredibly bad rescue. Incredibly bad or rescue, incredibly bad game sense. I don't want to tell them anything. Why would you rescue before half? Why would you try to rescue before half when our ciphers are not primed yet? That's what I don't get. Karma. Do a flickerist? I don't know what a flickerist is. Yeah. I'm surprised. I'm surprised. That was the one person I trust on this team. Psyche molesto. I forgot what that means in Spanish, but it doesn't mean molester, just for the record. It means something good. Something good, I don't remember what. I remember learning it in Spanish, and ever since that day, I'm like, molesto! Molesto equals annoying. That's not a good thing! Well, looks like I got my Spanish wrong. I haven't taken Spanish in 3 years. I took Spanish in junior. Oh, sorry, 2 years. It was senior year, and then I'm starting college, and I'm not taking Spanish anymore. Ever since senior. Alright, time to sleep. I'll continue to stream tomorrow. Good night. Good night, Natsumi. Seki, do you know swears in Spanish? I know one swear word. I'm obviously not gonna say it. Seki, can you say swears in Spanish? No, I'm not saying swears in Spanish. Is it lagging for anyone else? I'll plug in my Ethernet cable just in case it's me. Just in case. But you might have to turn down your resolution, and that should solve it. I think normally I stream at 1080p. It should be 1080p. Someone please confirm that. I want it to be in 1080p so you guys have the option. I don't want to be streaming in garbage 720p, but it might be. It's usually because your quality is too high and your Wi-Fi can't handle it, but just in case it's on my end, I will plug in the Ethernet. There you go. You want swears in Spanish? No, I'm not gonna swear in Spanish. I'm not even sure if it's a swear word, because I don't remember, honestly. I think it means the B word. Now that I said that, everyone's gonna be spamming it in chat. Oh, you mean this word? The B word? You guys know that word? It's a swear, don't say it. Psyche, why do you hate me? Ryan, I don't want to hate you. Welcome to the stream, Ryan. Was it because I didn't welcome you? Welcome to the stream. Everyone give a big clap for Ryan. Welcome to the stream. You mean Pero? No, not Pero. Yes, Capo. Why am I saying it like a Spanish accent? Yes, Cappuccino. Cappuccino. Oh, you mean this word? And then there's a bunch of lines. You mean the B words that you say to street girls? No, don't say that word to anyone. Well, guys, I had to play Mercenary. I guess we're adding another loss to the counter. Now I'm being mean. Now I'm being mean. Just because there's no way the hunter's chasing me, I'm saying that we're already gonna lose. Now I'm being mean. Oh no, we have a cowboy. Let's all pray to the Identity 5 gods. Please. Please! Does it even matter? It doesn't even matter. I'm probably gonna lose to some hunter I've never heard of, and then... Psyche, do another passive aggressive stream? Look, I know I don't look at TikTok or Twitter, but I also don't like having a bad image and people spreading rumors about me that aren't completely true. They just get that bad first impression of me. So due to me not wanting to have people jump into the stream and the first thing they see is an angry Psyche's being mad at everyone for playing badly, I tend to try to avoid that. Like, unless it keeps happening over and over and over and over, I tend to stay away from it, you know. I prefer not to do that. I love the spawn is in Bomber Decoder. Unfortunately, the Mercenary got it. Man, that was a delayed bomb hit. That sucks. That was a very sad lesson. Yep, that's how it is, though. That's how it be. Like, all it takes is one free hit. All it takes is one free hit, and you're usually dead to bombs. If the bomb knows how to aim, that is. Because here's the problem with Penguin. There are certain points with Penguin where it's going to be impossible to dodge. You're just going to have to take the bomb hit. And if you took a basic hit, then you can't afford that. But if you can't afford a bomb hit, then you also can't afford a basic hit, and you go down no matter what. It's like you put me as tier in your subscribers tier list. I don't know about that, Quinn. I don't want to be favoring anybody. I better be S++ tier. I mean, Lanternn do be making the epic thumbnails, to be fair. Guys, I think we lost this. That better not have counted. I would have been mad. Nope. Alright, perfect rescue. Beautiful rescue. Only took one basic hit. No bomb hits. Unfortunately, we had to use 2 elbow pads. That's not preferable. We'd prefer to use 0 elbow pads on the rescue. That would be the best case scenario. And, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Unfortunately, the Explorer ran straight to our safer. Good thing I can pop it with a page. Can I? Yes. That's fine. We're just gonna let them die now. I kind of had to rescue them. I kind of had to rescue the Explorer, because otherwise I'm pretty sure we're going to lose the game if we don't rescue at 5 ciphers. Like, there's a certain point in the game where, like, if you have 0% on all 5 ciphers, I feel like I was the only person decoding that, like, up until that turret shock happened. I mean, actually, no. Gravekeeper got some progress, but really, that was very little. Ideally, if you're not going to rescue, hopefully everyone else is already on a cipher, but if no one's on a cipher, someone's gonna have to go rescue. It's sort of like a game sense decision. I can't explain necessarily why I do the things I do. It's just sort of like I'm just hoping it works, you know. If someone takes a terror shock early in the game, you know what are you supposed to do? Do you rescue? Do you not rescue? Are you guys, how much progress do you guys have? If you guys have like 0% of all your ciphers, then it might not necessarily be a bad idea to go rescue, just because you guys are probably going to lose no matter what anyway. I don't know how I dodged that, but we take those. Can I pop this? No. Well, I predicted it. Maybe I should just stop playing Mercenary, guys. What do you guys think? Should I just stop playing Rescuer? Because clearly, a good Rescuer won't save our game. The only thing that can save us is a good Kai. Like, if I play Mercenary, I'm assuming my other teammates will be able to do a good Kai. And, like, every time I played Mercenary so far, it's just very, very sad. Play Perfumer maybe? Yes, that's what I was thinking. Just such a solid character. Just pick a solid kiter who can kite any hunter in this game. Perfumer is my favorite. Perfumer is so amazing. She can counter the off-meta hunters and the meta hunters. Even if it's something like Penguin, if you transition to the right places, even if you die on one time on the chair, if you can manage to rotate somewhere, even if you didn't manage to use your perfumes and you just decide to save them for later, that's perfectly fine. I didn't mean to use that. I always accidentally press the H button. Kind of annoying. Alright, that was a good bomb from the opponent. Well, that was kind of like, I don't know what to say about that, honestly. That was just bomb spamming at that point. That's alright. That's alright. Oh no, it's like he got terror shock, like it's gonna make a difference. Is this John? Probably John. It's not gonna matter. The terror shock literally isn't gonna matter. Did he just abnormal that? He just abnormal that. He's literally running abnormal. Psyche, can you say whatever that means in Spanish? I don't trust you. I'm sorry, I don't trust you, Moises. The last time I did something, I like said something, it was a bad word in a different language. I just pronounced it slightly wrong, so it wasn't as bad. Play some forward, Psyche. Well, it seems like every time I play forward, I get people who don't die in the right spot. Whenever I play forward, people just die in the worst places for me, and then I look like such an idiot trying to go for it. And if I don't go for it, then why did I pick forward? You know, and then, like, at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, if they're gonna die in bad spots, why even pick forward at all? Psyche, I'm in your walls. Ryan, did you change your name to Psyche Hates Me? Bro, you're dirty. I didn't even know you could do that. There's a way to do it. I mean, I must have done it to make my name Psyche on YouTube somehow, right? Push, made it easy win. I doubt anyone's gonna chase me. Psyche, look behind you. I think Ryan is there. Guys, I see myself in the camera. No one is there. Even if someone was behind me, I don't even have to look back. I can see right on my screen. What's good, guys? Gotta go for the impossible stuns. Yeah, that sounds like a working strategy. Play Mike. I could play Acrobat. It's just if I go against... Yeah. I don't know. There's certain hunters where I'm not comfortable going against Acrobat yet. I'm just picking Perfumer for now on stream because Perfumer I've been playing since she came out in 2018 in Season 2 or Season 1? I think it was Season 1. And there's no hunter I don't feel comfortable against playing Perfumer. I know exactly what each hunter can do, what their tricks are. You know, like obviously, Gamekeeper Hook, you can't really do anything about that because then they're going to trap you if they're next to you. But if it's somewhere like, oh, I could actually go Acrobat on this map, but someone went to Acrobat already. Because I feel confident on this map with Acrobat. Is that how the gun emoji looks? That's a weird gun emoji. Non-meta better because meta predictable? Nah, that's not how it works. Because then you get destroyed by meta. If it's good players, they're going to be able to kite the heck out of you. If you go something like Wu-Chang, say nighty-night. Seki, how's college? I had a teacher tell me to drop out of his class when I asked for advice and like how I felt the homework was not helpful and a bunch of other things. It was very very depressing. Like, what kind of person becomes a teacher and then advises their student that an option is to drop their class? I didn't drop the class, for the record. And I'm not going to drop the class. Some teachers in this world, like, why do they sign up to be a teacher in the first place? Like, if you're going to tell your student that quitting is an option, something's wrong with your mentality. Like, literally, we're not even a month in and he's telling me to quit. Obviously, I'm not going to mention his name. In case he knows my streams. Like, there's no way he should know I stream or that I'm on YouTube. And I definitely don't seem like the type of kid in school to have a YouTube channel. That's for sure. Because I'm always the kid in class that's like asking a million questions about some class. Like, you think that this guy has no social life, right? If all he cares about is doing good in the class. And I mean, you could say that YouTube is no social life. Sitting in your room, making YouTube videos, streaming in your room by yourself, talking to a literal wall. You could say I have no social life. I won't deny that. Second, I'm telling your teacher that you're talking SH1C on stream. I told him. I literally told him. I set up an appointment with him to talk about my quiz. Because one quiz I did really good on. Okay. I got a 17.5. But a recent quiz, everyone in his class failed the recent quiz. The average on the quiz was 50%. And like, first week of class, I already know this guy's not a good teacher. The way he teaches is unpredictable, unorganized. It's very... It is the opposite of me, basically. If we were to make an analogy of what's going on here, he is the opposite of me. I have a plan for everything. I have a step-by-step process on how to do everything. What to do this against this hunter, against that structure, for this equation, for this problem. And he's like, he shows you a part of the problem and expects you to finish the rest on your own. I'm not even mad. That's funny at that point. At that point, that's kind of funny that we just had that happen. I was trying to ping "Don't Give Up" there. It disappeared on it. And I went to that appointment. I scheduled an appointment with my teacher to talk about quizzes, right? And then then after we talked about the quiz, I started telling him about all the problems I feel I have in his class, right? The reason I'm having trouble learning in his class, even though in every other math class in high school I never had problems with. It's not that I'm even bad at math. It's just I've had really great teachers in high school, right? So when you get a garbage teacher, how are you supposed to learn math? And I told him that the homework is unstructured. The homework and in work, there's so many problems. There's so many problems with the math class. Let's start from the beginning. The in-class work. He tends to rush to the in-class work. My teacher believes that the sooner you get to the worksheet part, the sooner you'll be able to ask questions and like figure out what you don't know. Here's the problem with that. Everyone's gonna ask questions because you didn't explain it enough. So of course everyone's gonna have questions. Second problem. The tests and quizzes, you are not allowed to use calculators on, right? But on the homework and on the in-class work, you have to use calculators to solve some of the problems. Why are we being taught to use calculators for some of those problems, then? If we're not gonna learn it on a test or quiz. Problem number 3. The notes are super unorganized. Even when he does go over notes more thoroughly than usual, they are still not good at all. They are really unorganized.
Is there a number 4? There's a number 4. I just can't think of it. Number 4, the textbook does a better job explaining than him. If you reach a point where the math textbook beats a teacher, that's very concerning. I just did that just so he can't hit me for the next 5 seconds. Actually, I kind of like doing that, because then I can go back up the stairs immediately. Did he throw a trap there? No, he's saving a trap now. I was not in that trap. The trap literally sucks you in. I'm walking away from the trap, and it just literally pushes me backwards. Like, bruh, what am I supposed to do about that? That did not count. Honestly, this hunter's smart. I don't know if this hunter knows me or if he just doesn't chase perfumers in general, but this hunter found me first this game and he didn't go after me. Psyche, are these remedial classes? I don't know what a remedial class is. Alright, there's another problem with this teacher. I can't think of any right now. You guys get the idea. He's a bad teacher. Oh, I guess the number 4, for problem number 4 is when I ask him questions, he just gives a more confusing answer. Which I've never had happen before with a teacher. So can you help me with my engineering homework? Probably not. Probably not. I don't even know if I'm gonna get fragments for getting extra keys, but yeah. But I guess I may as well mention this now. All my other classes are fine. Why did I do that? All my other classes are fine. I have really nice teachers in the rest of them. Seki has the brain of a fish when he's streaming, by the way. Use dices. Alright. Can we get this? Come on! I was actually about to get that still. It's definitely odd for 50% of the class to fail a calculus. No. You misunderstood me. 50% of the class did not fail the the quiz. The class average was 50%. The class average. I'm not even paying attention to the game at this point. The class average was 50%. Not that half the class failed. Where is the stupid carousel? I swear I just saw it. Where was the carousel? I swear. Where is the key? Oh, there's the carousel. I don't even care anymore. Get me out of here. I'm about to get 5 keys. I've never had this happen before. I only get 5 keys. I at least get 8. Okay. Try hard mode. Please don't screw me over with bad cards at the beginning. Oh no, I'm getting screwed over. They're all on the other side. How am I gonna memorize this now? I hate when it does that. It's so luck-based sometimes, because then you need them in... Sometimes you get matching cards next to other matching cards. Oh my gosh, where is the backpack? I just saw it! That was a 1 in 5 chance. Come on. I'm getting really unlucky. That's just really unlucky. Dude, all the matching cards are on the opposite side. So I'm getting all the, whatever. I won't go in detail about that. This is an identify stream, not a matching stream. Okay. Beautiful session today, guys. My win rate is at a beautiful losing streak. Somehow I'm at 10% battery and my iPad's plugged in. I wonder how that's happening. Mm. 48%. We have a losing record. I officially have a losing record. Even though I should have an amazing record, I had to depend on teammates. And if you don't have good teammates, you're like, yeah. Psyche, who is Mustard? Mustard's my sister's account. She named it Mustard. She named it Mustard, and since there was no mustard emoji, she put honey. Oh, that's a new one. Yes, depression taking over. My sister plays at any 5? No, she doesn't play at any 5. In fact, she hasn't really used her game center in years. I don't even know why. One time I changed my name to Mikey because I thought it was my account, and then she told me, no, it's my account. Which was strange because I swear I logged in with my password and my usual password. But, whatever. Open essences. We're saving these for the end of the season. Anyway, guys. I think this will be the end of the stream right here. Blue's trying his best. I think Blue is just doing the O as in O. People are doing the alphabet. What's up, Mikey? Got a Mikey in my friends list. Alright, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining along the stream, even though it wasn't the best. Hope you guys at least learned something out of it. Maybe like strategies against certain hunters. Maybe you'll learn to pick up Perfumer, because Perfumer is a super underrated survivor, even in today's meta. Extremely underrated survivor. Very good against Naiad, very good against Wheel. I'd say pretty decent against Percy, because Percy really relies on on him getting hits on you quickly. And if he has to get 5 hits on you, that's really bad for Percy, because usually along the way you're using windows and speed boost to get away from him. And like making these sharp turners so he can't get good value out of his dashes. Just in general, amazing survivor, Perfumer, so many good things you can do. On top of that, any area where there's heights, just an instant win for Perfumer, as long as you don't like fall off before you use the perfume, which has happened to me once. I'll meme the Naiad clip when I have time. Thank you, Quinn. I don't even remember what we're talking about, actually. By the way, before we go, for those of you who are still sticking around, what kind of video do you guys want to see next? Because I'm the type of guy that's really bad at making part 2s of anything. Like, you guys remember the psychologist video? I don't know if you guys saw it. No, it didn't get a lot of views. I mean, it got more than the average amount of views that Identity 5 YouTuber would make. Not high enough for my standards, though. I was supposed to make a patient follow-up video. I don't know if anyone wants to see that. Maybe you guys want to see Hospital Kiting Guide. Can you do a Ryan Hate video? Hunter again? You want to do a Hunter stream? I meant like in videos, like something that I edit and make a guide over. Oh, maybe I should make. Maybe I should do a video about wall stomp because I did it in the stream. I actually really like doing it. Once you start doing it consistently, like I'm not super consistent at it yet. I mean, I say that, but I've gotten like so many wall stunts in a row. I mean, yesterday I screwed up on Miki's stream. I screwed it up. It's a really fine. It's a really good strategy as long as you can time it. And yeah, it would be really nice to have a video come out about brick walls and how like everyone like it's such a fear thing for survivors, but little did survivors know it can be used to their advantage as well. But yeah, I'm a B badge patient. That would be helpful, at least for me. I wasn't thinking about a patient guide. I was more thinking of, is patient any good type of video. Because, like, psychologist guide is helpful. Psychologist is an actual good survivor. Patient, like, basically, if I had to make a 5-second video about a patient guide right now, if I only had 5 seconds to make a patient guide, I would say patient is fine, but there are way better survivors. There's no reason to play patient. There are a few tricks, and I'm thinking about collabing with Miki so he can show me those tricks and we can showcase them in the video. So at least people who are learning patient can get something out of my video besides me ranting about how patient is not a good survivor compared to other people. Make a perfumer guide. That's a good one. I'll write that down. One down. That's a good idea. Teach us how to build in Fortnite. Definitely not doing that one. I don't even know how to build in Fortnite. I played Fortnite like 2 times ever. I played 2 full games of Fortnite ever and never went back to it. And that was back when Fortnite just like was in season 2 or season 1. Back when the original music. You guys remember the original Battle Royale music? It was like, you guys gotta search it up. Or search up original Fortnite home screen music and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, let me write that down. Oh, I was supposed to make a video about... Okay. I'll write down the perfumer guide. And I actually have a lot of good ones here. I have a few good ideas here, actually. Perfumer guide. How to hide in walls. That's not... I wouldn't count on that. So Psyche should teach the god himself violinist. I'm not a god violinist. I mean, I like violinists, but I don't like him over as much as other hunters. What about Fiona guide, though, and her best kiting areas and tricks? I would have to do a collab with someone who actually plays Priestess for that. Like, I can give you guys basic knowledge, like, oh, you want a world portal the rescuer when they're not too close to the chair, but not far away from the chair, so that the person with tie turn can make it to the portal if the hunter doesn't destroy it. But even then, that's dependent on the hunter. If you're against a Wu-Chang or someone with teleport, that's not a super good thing to do. Ripper guide, I could do that. I'm not really known for my hunter, though. How to aim a tentacle away from you. Helpful tips guide, okay. Numer and Win did a Priestess guide before. You can collab with them. Alright. I haven't seen Numer in forever. And the last time me and Win talked was on really bad terms, so I'm probably going to stay away from Wind. Maybe a mechanic guide. Your mech is pretty good, and I enjoyed seeing it in ICO. Honestly, mechanic guide as well would be very good. There's not much to say about mechanic except... be careful when you drop your robot. A lot of people, most people, like, people think that the right thing to do with mechanic is to drop your bot right away. That's good in 95% of situations. But there's 5% situations where if you gotta spawn out in the open and you know hunters coming in your direction, you should wait until you get behind a wall and then drop your robot, because otherwise the hunter's gonna come in your direction where you spawned. And yes, you transition away, but you left your robot out in the open, and so they hit it, they see where you are, and it's a really bad idea. Basically, I see some people do that, and it's like, they really shouldn't do that, because then, what's the point? What's the point then? At least wait until you're behind a wall, and then drop your robot, so at least it has a chance to survive. I'll write it down as well. Mechanic guide. That one shouldn't be too hard to make. The only problem with making guides on something other than Mercenary is that I don't get to play stuff other than Mercenary a lot. Numer went to the liquor store to get some milk and never came back. I don't think they sell milk in liquor store, but I think I know what you mean. I'm gonna search up his channel right now. Has he really not uploaded? I don't know if you guys could hear Chrome, but that was Numer's front page video. Dude, he hasn't streamed since 1 month ago. Yikes. How about Schmitty? I know Schmitty got hit with that hurricane. Has he still not made a video? 1 month ago. Okay. Dang, what happened with the Identity 5 streamers? I mean, Schmitty did get hit by a hurricane, but I don't know what happened with Numer. Does anyone know what happened with Numer?
The last time he streamed was on August 27th, so that's September. Okay, yeah, that was about 1 month. So it's not like it was actually 2 months. Am I like the only person who still does Identity 5 streams? Is there anyone else that does Identity 5 streams? You think Numerous taking a break? Dang. Where's Duty? That's another good question. I haven't seen Duty in ages. Guys, I actually think I have him on my friends list. He's on my friends list. He's been gone for over 30 days. This is not his name. Bliss Daddy. Bliss Daddy. What do you mean, friend not found? Don't make me search it up on my own. Fine. Yep, that's him. That's Duty. Hasn't been online in 12 months. So, at least he's come online the last 12 days. But I did see he was offline for more than 30 days at some point. All for One still streams? Yeah, that's true. Where's Persue? I think Persue still makes videos. He's not as popular as he was in 2018, but... Persue hasn't made a video since a month? Well... it's not about Identity 5 either. So yeah, he gets even less views. As a result. Grown man screams at Roblox jump scare the Mimic. Lena actually told me to play Mimic on on Roblox and stream it. Maybe I should. Because that seems like a good game. Like an actual good horror game. Persuade kind of quit Identity 5. I feel like he was kind of quitting Identity 5 for like 3 years now. What did Zeus say? That was not child friendly? Oh, Paul is switching to streaming on Twitch. Oh, by the way, hey Food. I didn't know you still watch me. It's like you're writing down every idea but mine. I mean, it's not really a... How to Kite Feaster. That's a good one. It's one of my favorite hunters to rescue against and a kite as well. How to Kite Feaster. I would need a Feaster main to collab with me for that one as well. It's like if you quit, I'll hide in your fridge. I lurk a lot. That's what I do too. If I ever watch a stream, Food, I'm never talking. Like, I could be watching any Identity 5 streamer. I could be watching Miki's stream. And I just don't say anything. Miki, I'm actually the one that, like, I actually do say something more often in Miki's stream. But I really don't like to talk in the streams. It's like you play those Squid games on Roblox. The one that get, like, 30,000 visits a day. 30,000 live players. I'll always watch you. You're my #1 favorite streamer. Oh, thanks, Food. I'm usually working out, work and stuff, and lurking. No problem, I get it. I think it's been like that for a while now, so nothing new there. Well, Persuade doesn't really care. He has a job, and YouTube is just hobby to him. That's true. That's true. The whole reason Persuade kind of fell out of Identity 5 was... I remember this. This was back in 2018. Back in 2019. Persuade was at his peak. He was the biggest Identity 5 YouTuber around. I'm not counting Gaming Grizzly, because Gaming Grizzly only made videos about cosmetics, right? But Persuade was the one YouTuber who was actually making very good guides on the game. Maybe not very good. Maybe not as edited as mine, or maybe not as thorough as mine. But you guys get the general principle. He still made guides, and they were still very, very helpful. And that's the point of guides. They don't have to be super edited as long as they convey your point. It's just when you make them more edited, they're more appealing to watch. Hence the rescue guide and the kiting guide. But especially when you include live examples with what you're talking about. But I remember, ever since he became an OC practitioner, I think that's what it was called, OT practitioner, OC. There's a name for it. Basically, a therapist. Or a psychologist, I don't remember. I think he's a therapist. Some type of therapist. And ever since he graduated college, I remember, this was in December, January, or February, sometime around there. He was taking his OT practitioner exams, and he passed. And then he started looking for a job. He got a job. And ever since then, he rarely made videos about him playing Identity 5 anymore. After that, it was more like reviewing your gameplay. Until eventually I stopped watching him because, I don't want to review people who are learning the game. I want to get tips from people who already know about the game, If you're, like, telling people, dude, the thing is that those reviewing gameplays weren't even that helpful because a lot of the time he was complimenting them rather than, like, saying, oh, this route is okay, but you should have went over here and you would have been in an even better situation. Like, here's the thing about reviewing people's gameplays. You can't really be too harsh on them because you're literally... It's now very personal. You're putting a public video about it. So you can't really be too harsh, and I understand that. But as a result, you can't really give very critical feedback. And so if someone takes an interesting route and it works out, Persuade would say, wow, beautiful job getting the pallet stun. But in reality, like something like that, either beautiful job pallet stun, beautiful job juking. But if you had a juke to make something work, then that's not a consistent strategy. If you got a pallet stun to make something work just barely, and you got a super lucky pallet stun, like I would say that pallet stuns in general are pretty lucky because, like, yes, I made a video on kiting with pallets in the 11 tips on how to kite. Yes, I did. That is true. But at the end of the day, there are times where the hunter swings exactly when you drop the pallet, and then you take a hit even when you stun them. So my routes follow routes where you don't have to go for pallet stuns unless, like, it's a hunter where you absolutely must, and you're in a position where you absolutely must because you got pushed into a bad position or something like that. But if you had a juke or you had to use an item to get it to a pallet, because even though the hunter literally didn't do anything to stop you from reaching a pallet, you just took a bad route. Like, stuff like that you gotta mention, but instead he would just say, oh, beautiful job reaching that pallet, or beautiful job juking, beautiful perfume usage, beautiful pallet stun. Something that could have gone better, he doesn't add to. He just says good job, even though it could be improved upon, And that's why I kind of stopped. That's why I kind of fell out of watching Persuade. I used to watch Persuade, every single video Persuade did back in 2018. Yeah, basically, Miki is right. What I'm saying is that my strategies are reliable and safe. They work against almost any hunter, and the route will still be fine. Sure, sometimes you'll prioritize windows more over pallets against certain hunters, and sometimes you'll prioritize pallets more over windows because they're good against windows because they can block windows with their abilities. But don't do so well with pallets because they're a type of hunter that doesn't use fast pallet breaking or something like that, Or if it's Black Wu Chang, windows are going to be your best friend, but pallets not so much, something like that. The point is, my routes are consistently built so that you don't have to use your items until you absolutely must. Sometimes you guys will see me use my items early when I'm doing a 3-cipher kite already. Like, if I do a 3-cipher kite and I still have 3 perfumes, at that point, I don't even care that much. I'm like, okay. Like, I don't want to take any risks at that point. Because let's say I'm not in a great area, let's say against Naiad or some hunter that's really pressuring a hit with their ability, and like I don't want to stand by the pallet because they're probably going to hit me with their ability if I stand there. Like, for example, in a puddle with pallets, I'd rather walk away and then make sure they walk away before perfuming. Like, make sure to see if they walk through, because if they walk through, then I'll use my perfume. And while it isn't efficient, I already did a 3-cipher kite, so I'm just playing it safe at that point. Like, safer than safe, even safer than safe. Like, not the most efficient, but very safe. And what I'm aiming for is efficient and safe, so that you only have to use items when you have to. But if you don't have to, if the hunter's not doing any item usage, if the hunter's not doing any ability usage, I should say, then you shouldn't have to be using any items. Your route should be so good, so perfect. You will know you have a perfect route when you don't need to rely on items when the hunter isn't using abilities. That's the super long story of it, but you want to send your gameplay and you're afraid of being bashed. That's the problem with me. Like, you could send me my gameplay, you could send me your gameplay, and like I could bash you, but I can't really because that would be bad for the public eye. So what do I say at that point? Plus, I don't really think reviewing people's gameplay is that helpful. Why review people's mistakes when you could just go straight to here's the right thing to do,
Speaking of which, that's what my math teacher does. Instead of my math teacher showing you how to do something correctly the first time, he lets you dive into it and get a bunch of wrong answers in a row, and it just wastes everyone's time. That's basically what the if I make videos about reviewing people's gameplay, that's basically what it is. Is that I'm reviewing the bad stuff first when I should be jumping to how to do it correctly, you know? It's and like if I already told you how to do things correctly, then it's useful. If a teacher told you how to do something correctly a few times already, and they told you the full process, and you're still doing mistakes, that's when it's good to get teacher feedback, because then that teacher can tell you, oh, you're doing specifically this here wrong. And so if you change this one little thing, your whole answer will be correct, or something like that. So then reviewing gameplay is a good thing. If you're only making like 1 or 2 mistakes, that's fine. That's fine. If you're only making 1 or 2 mistakes in a kite, I can add on to that and tell you what you should have done better, or what you should have done. But if someone gives me a kite where there's like a million mistakes, like you're not predicting items well, you're not predicting hunter abilities well, you're wasting your items, you're taking bad routes, you're dropping pallets questionably, you're leaving pallets questionably, you're not taking areas that are built against that hunter. For example, if you're going against something like a geisha, you should probably stay away from windows. So if I see people using church windows without a boost, that's like automatic no-no. You need a boost out at the very least. Even then, it's not that good because you need to reach a pallet in some certain amount of time. But yeah, that's my problem with reviewing gameplay. Psyche, can you do a Talking Tom stream? I like Talking Ben more. Talking Ben is way funnier. Well, probably not. Alright. Before I end the stream, you guys have any other requests? Because I'm thinking about doing a video this weekend and just working on it, just editing it. I haven't made a video in a while, so I think it's about time I do something. I was thinking about what survivors people should buy first. I don't feel like that's as good of a video topic though. In my list of videos, I have an idea on 5 things only OGs remember. I think that would be a very cool topic, like going back in the Identity 5 history and like making a video all about top 5 things only veteran players remember in Identity 5, or only old players remember in Identity 5. That would be a cool video. Like we could mention Doomshock, we could mention the old Foggy Circle, we could mention Ravenflock. Ravenflock used to reveal survivors' locations. That was something cool. And Hospital used to have 2 pallets on the 2nd floor. No one. Who remembers that? Hospital currently only has 1 pallet on the 2nd floor. There used to be 2 pallets next to the other staircase. that was so good. Best kiting routes. The problem with best kiting routes is that I have to do it for every map, and if I'm gonna do it for every map, then the video is gonna be like 2 hours long. I already made one for Arms Factory, but I'm kind of unhappy about it. I'm kind of unhappy with the Arms Factory guide. I don't feel like I made it in a very good manner. I don't feel like the video was very good because, yes, I taught the basic routes, but I didn't really teach, why the routes work so well. Like, I mentioned, I kind of did, but I didn't really mention, why I'm choosing exact pallets over other pallets in a certain area. I'm just, like, showing you guys, here you go, this is what you're supposed to do, and then I'm expecting you guys to memorize it. It's like he's a math teacher. Update rescue guide if you want and haven't. Yes, I haven't. That's a good idea. Update rescue guide. I was actually going to update the rescue guide a week ago, but then I remembered Wax Artist still has to come out, so I'm waiting on Wax Artist, and then we'll do a video on rescue guide. Because we all know the next time the devs release Hunter is going to be like 2 months from now. That's how it is with the Identity 5 devs these days. Psyche, with your Arms Factory Kai route video, I improved my Kai, so it's helpful. I just feel like it could be better. Like, instead of doing all Hellember and then all Wu-Chang, why not I do, a little bit of each hunter? Here's the problem when I do that, though, is that sometimes when I do that, I have to change my preferred routes mid-route to keep my kite good. Here's the thing about Identity 5 kiting routes.
every kite you guys see me do in this game on streams, almost all the time you guys see me do kites on this stream, I have a plan, and the plan never happens, never goes to plan, because the hunter does something that forces me to do something else, right? Like, for example, the Gamekeeper game against Blue Race Car. My plan was to drop the power right away and then go towards the window. He was playing the one hunter in this game that counters that, where he went straight to the window and he can hook me through the window, so I can't really vault the pallet. But if I don't vault the pallet, then I'm stuck. And so I get screwed over, and I have to change my plan. Now my plan is different. Now my plan is, okay, just survive, just don't let him get in range of a basic hit. The goal is to force him to hook me from long range so that I can perfume back. Things never go to plan, is my point. Oh, it's a 2v8 Chinese guy. That's not his real name, I just named him that. That's the problem with if I did a kiting guide that did not have Hellenber or Wu-Chang. The thing about Hellenber or Wu-Chang is that they're hunters where usually your plan does go according to plan. Hellenber and Wu-Chang are hunters where you can take advantage of very easily, where they can't do anything to stop your routes. Wu-Chang gets a little bit of a pass there because there are certain places in this game where like you can't vault loop windows against him because he's just gonna umbrella, and then he's gonna vault over the window and you can't really leave or else he's gonna switch places. But you guys still get the point. If I start showing content against stuff like Bonbon, Naiad, what are some there's a lot of hunters that force me to go off path. Percy is the biggest one. Percy is the biggest hunter where like your plan is completely thrown out the window and suddenly you need to have a whole new plan. Because Percy is the one hunter in this game where you can't just use pallets windows. You're using mostly pallets and forcing the hunter to do tight turns so they can't go give good value out of their dash. Instead of making long transitions, you're focusing on sharp turns around areas. And so that's why I'm not really sure where to go with my kiting guide. With my kiting guides is that, you know, I don't want to just show how to kite at every cipher in this game, in every single scenario. I don't want to just do that. But like, I don't know if I have another option. If you guys have a better way to structure kiting guides, I would love to hear it. But for now, I'm not really sure what to do because I don't want to have to like record 4 hours of me kiting at every cipher in the game again. It's rough. It's definitely rough. Making that Arms Factory guide was rough because I have to record gameplay of every single cipher. There's like 10... There's 7 possible ciphers that could spawn on the map. Sorry, 8 possible ciphers that can... Yeah, 7 ciphers that can spawn on the map. And on top of that, there's like 10 or 11 locations that don't always spawn. So I need to do every single one of those, and then I need to say, oh, you should not decode here, but if you find yourself here, you should do this, you know, and if they come from here, do that, you know, and then do this and do that, depending on which side they come from. The problem with kiting is that it really depends which side the hunter's coming from. It also depends which area you're in, so you don't know if you can drop the power right away. It also depends on the hunter. Like, for example, if I knew Blue was playing Gamekeeper on Lakeside, I would not have dropped that power right away. I would wait. But because I dropped the power so early, typically you want to do that against most hunters because that's the safe play to do. That's the safe play to do, so you don't get surprised and they can't use abilities on you before you walk away from Pal. But if they come from the window side, they're exactly Gamekeeper or Geisha. You know, Geisha you can at least still vault the pallet over because they can't stop you with an ability. They're stuck in their ability and they can't swing in it. Gamekeeper is different because he can hook from the window to the pallet, so you can't really vault it. It's not safe to. There's just so many problems. Do you guys have any more, like, things you want to see? I'll pick one of these videos. I'll probably do Perfumer Guide. Maybe I'll do the 5 things only OGs remember, because I like that one. What do you think of Wax Artist? I don't know anything about Wax Artist. I know leaks come out about Wax Artist, but whenever there's leaks about anything in this game, unless it's balance changes, I don't look at them early. I wait until it actually comes out in the game, so then I can give you guys an unbiased opinion. Like, I'm not looking at, I don't want to look at other gameplay people and they're saying Wax Service is going to be amazing. Because in my head, I don't want to get biased by it. And on top of that, I want to test the hunter for myself. So when it actually comes out, I can give you guys an unbiased opinion. It's not really leaks. I know it's not really leaks, but since I'm playing on the NAEU server, it pretty much is a leak because it's not in our game yet. He feels like he'll be something like Galatea at first. I mean, I've heard that he can block pallets with wax so you can't drop them. But then the question remains, how much wax does he need? If he needs a lot of wax and it takes a long time, then it's not going to be very good. It sounds to me like if they try to wax something, it's going to be like a Feaster. I don't know if you guys know, but you do this against Feaster a lot, where if they pre-place a tentacle, because they have to pre-place a tentacle because it takes time to place tentacles. And when you place a tentacle, there's like this animation delay that won't let you drop it right away. It's just like, I feel like it's going to be just like with Feaster, where they're going to be doing things ahead of time, and then you as a survivor see that and you're reacting to it, and you're like, dude, I see you blocking my power. I'm just going to go somewhere else, transition to a different power before you can swing. I feel like that's what's going to happen with Wax Artist. Unless there's some other ability besides covering pallets with a long-range wax. If his, like, I know he has another ability where if you stun him, he drops wax everywhere. And he has 10% increased stun recovery. Fun fact, nobody talks about this because nobody knows. But Gamekeeper has a 20% increased stun recovery from everything. No one talks about this. This was part of his rework many months ago, and it's like no one realizes this, but he's the fastest recovering hunter in this game. No one talks about it. That was part of his rework. Once Presence 1 is unlocked, you can auto-lock pallet ciphers and windows with one shot. Sounds good on paper. Let's look at his zero presence ability, though, because that's what you're going to be chasing survivors with. You can't get 1000 presence if your first ability is not good. That's the thing here. It's so true. It's so true with a lot of these hunters. The harder your first presence, the worse your first presence ability is, then the worse your whole hunter is. Even though your late game might be amazing. Not hunter. Lizard's not a great example. Even if you're a hunter, late game might be amazing. I don't know which hunter. Naiad has a really... Breaking Wheel has an amazing early game, right? Sorry, Breaking Wheel has an amazing late game. But if it weren't for the fact that these spikes trap you and like literally move you backwards, then this hunter would not be a good hunter. Even though they have this amazing late game, and even though they have this amazing 1000 presence ability, if it weren't for these traps, this hunter would never be able to would never be able to kill anyone without a blink. And that's how it is in this game, so... I don't know, I have to wait and see. I have to wait and see to see if the first presence ability is any good. Alright. Well, I think we're pretty much done here. Yeah, alright. So thank you guys so much for joining along the stream. If you guys... Yes, Miki. What is it, Miki? Seki, thoughts on building your game sense video? That's really tough, because to be completely honest with you, Quinn, I don't even know where I got my game sense from. You just kind of like think what went wrong in a match. And, you just think about, what area is good against which hunters, I don't know how to explain this. That would be a hard video to make. Because here's the other problem. A lot of my game sense that I do
it's subconscious. I don't even recognize that I'm doing it. I just know that I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do this because I know hunter spawns here. Oh, I know who the hunter is. I'm gonna kite away from this area because it's good against most hunters, but not against this specific hunter. Or if they have something like, if they do something weird, then I have to outplay them. I have to correspond to what they're doing and counter what they're doing. It's really weird because it's a lot. It has to do a lot with knowing when to heal, when to push a certain cipher, when to accept that you can't push a certain cipher, when to know that a teleport is coming, what gauge should you decode. I guess those are good questions. I guess I can't really teach how to build good game sense, but I could tell you, what are good examples of game sense. Basically, game sense is just the science of predicting the hunter. Based off what the hunter is doing, you need to make the right decision, basically. So what would be the best decision if, let's say, hunter is guarding the last cipher? The best decision is to have someone else, preferably your weakest kiter, go decode a different cipher. And then have your stronger kiters like Mercenary and Forward pressure that cipher so the hunter can't leave it. Psyche, why don't you have donos on? I don't have a PayPal yet, so I can't really have people donate. Psyche, it was fun watching you as always. Thank you, Misha. Psyche, do you play Dead by Daylight? I do not. I've never played Dead by Daylight. I heard that it came out on mobile, but when you play Identity 5, there's no reason to really play another asymmetrical horror game. I already play Identity 5 2 hours a day. I don't think I want to play any more 4v1 games. It's my first time staying in Identity 5 stream until the end, but it was fun. Thank you, Crucifix Chan, for coming along. I really appreciate it, you guys joining along, even if our sessions aren't the best. They used to be really good. If you guys want to see good sessions, you guys can search up my top 4. It's in my YouTube playlist for streams. This is about a year ago. I made consistent streams about me being top 2, top 4, top 10. That was back when I was tryharding in the summer, doing every single afternoon session. And we were those games were really good. We were getting really good hunters, and we were getting really good survivors. Typically, it wasn't always good survivors, but it was a lot better than today. So if you guys want to see good gameplay, it exists. It's just, the majority of people these days who are good at this game, they quit a long time ago. So unfortunately, I can't really do a lot there. But yeah, those streams exist. Just excuse me if I'm a little bit annoyed that someone does bad kites, because back then I would it would only take one game for me before I got super mad at someone that they did a bad kite. I'd be like questioning, what are they doing with their life? So I mean it's to be expected, because I'm over here trying to push for number 1 and I'm getting bad kites, so it makes more sense, I guess. But today I've gotten more used to it. Daylight is like Identity 5, but less for kids. I've seen Identity 5. Sorry, I've seen Dead by Daylight gameplay. I just don't play Dead by Daylight. I know all the hunters. So many of hunters in Identity 5 actually came from Dead by Daylight. Like the Wraith. Ripper was clearly inspired by the Wraith. And Clown in this game was clearly inspired by the guy who has Infinite Chainsaw. Hillbilly, I think his name is. There were so many hunters that were inspired from Dead by Daylight, and it's really cool seeing them. And the thing is, they're not exact replicas. Ripper is different from Wraith because Ripper can attack while invisible, but you give a heartbeat. While in Dead by Daylight, Wrath, you cannot attack while invisible, but you don't give a heartbeat. It just means that it takes a lot of time for you to get out of invisibility. Something like Clown, in Dead by Daylight, the chainsaw one-shots you, and you don't need any rocket modifications. But in Identity 5, you have way more control over the rocket, even though you can't one-shot players. Like, these cool parity changes. Like, that way, Identity 5 is not just a copy of Dead by Daylight. It's like Dead by Daylight 2, where if you lived in a different universe of Identity 5, it's not just a copy. It feels like a completely different game. It feels like a sequel. And that's what's cool about games, where they take aspects of a different game, but they change it in a way where it's enough to make it unique, where it's almost like you're customizing your hunter. Are you unhappy with Hillbilly in Dead by Daylight? Are you unhappy that you don't have control with Hillbilly in Dead by Daylight? Good news for you, you can play Clown in Identity 5 and you have way more control. Bad news is you can't one-shot people. So it's like, how do you deal with that? How do you play around that? And I think it's really cool. And it's different for the Survivor side. The Survivor sides have different traits. The maps are very different. The strategy is very different. In Dead by Daylight, the strategy is not to transition. It's to loop one pal over and over in a circle, typically. Typically, that is what they do. And it's very interesting to look at, because if you do it in Identity 5, that is very risky, because most hunters in this game are able to hit you through the pallet or through walls. So in Dead by Daylight, they're way more realistic. You know, they don't just... I say that, but there's a hunter that goes through walls. Which is the nurse. Nurse is like Geisha in this game, except Geisha's way worse, unfortunately. Alright. But I'm not saying Dead by Daylight is not worth playing. I'm just saying that since I already played Identity 5, I don't have any time to play Dead by Daylight, because I already play other games. I don't want to play, Identity 5, because Identity 5 is my main game. Just to make that clear. But maybe one day I could do it for a stream. It's just like... it's just like, why even bother with Dead by Daylight? Because, I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe it would be a lot of fun to stream it. But then it wouldn't be very fun if I'm not knowing theirs. I will admit though, it would be nice to have like a change of maps and a change of palettes and a change of kiting strategy. Man, in Dead by Daylight, Flashlight is so strong. Flashlight is actually broken. You can actually stun hunters while they're picking someone up. And there's nothing they can do about it. I don't know if they nerfed it since then. It's been a few years since I saw that. So maybe they did. It's a whole nother universe out there. With Dead by Daylight. It's just... It's always been so hard for me to get past the hooks. The hooks have always felt so morbid to me. Like, you just have people straight up dying on hooks and their shoulders getting hooked through it. It's very scary to watch, honestly. My mom sees me play Identity 5 and she tells me how sad it is that she sees, like, these hunters tying up people and then they fly up. She should see Dead by Daylight, where, like, people are literally getting hooked on the shoulder. They're literally hanging off the hook like meat. And that's scary. That's really scary. Also, Identity 5 had nooses in the beta version, but that's completely different. I think Identity 5 in the beta version was even worse than Dead by Daylight. In Dead by Daylight, at least they hooked you through the shoulder, right? It wasn't through the neck or something. In Dead by Daylight, that wasn't as bad as in Identity 5. In Identity 5 beta versions, they tied a rope around your neck, and if someone didn't rescue in time, yeah, the rope would hang and would like raise up, and we all know what happens after that. That was scary. No wonder the Chinese government had something to say about that when they saw that in a video game being released in their country. But I should see the Amori system. I've seen the Mori system. The Mori system in Dead by Daylight is so stupid. What? You hook a survivor and then the next time you kill them, you can just kill them in the game on the spot? That's so stupid to me. To me, I feel like that shouldn't be allowed, because that changes the tide of the game way too much. It makes the game way too unpredictable at that point. Like how are the survivors supposed to have a consistent strategy when, like, they do a good kite, they do a winnable kite, right? And they get hooked, right? And then they get knocked down immediately afterwards. Although typically in that game people don't camp, but if the hunter does come back to you and they knock you down immediately afterward because you couldn't reach an area, you're just dead on the spot. It's unfair. It's unfair. I've seen almost every Mori. I think the coolest Mori was for the doctor. The doctor literally like takes his electric hands and he like shocks the survivor. That one looks cool. Though morbid, very morbid. They changed it so you have to be on death hook now. That's much better. That's much better because you're already gonna be dead on hook. I mean, at that point, all it does is save you time from walking to a hook. I like that they did that. That's fair. That's much more fair. But it also makes it very garbage now. It also makes it very garbage now because then what's the point?
Like, all you're doing is saving the 10 seconds in between carrying someone to a hook. It's like in Identity 5, if you're like Spider. Basically, it's like Spider now, where like it's only worth cocooning someone if they're already dead on chair. It's basically like that. Which, obviously, you don't want to do it. At least in Dead by Daylight, it's free. But in Identity 5, it costs you Spiderweb as well. That's one reason that Dead by Daylight doesn't have a competitive community like Identity 5 does. Really? I thought Dead by Daylight had a very competitive community. When they do Dead by Daylight competitive, they do it with no perks for survivors or hunters. It's just like the killer's power that they can use. I will say, you're right, Food. There's certain things about Dead by Daylight where it's like there's certain traits for the survivors that just don't seem fair. Like, because there's not enough traits on the hunter side to balance it out. Like, I'm not gonna lie. On the survivor side, it's kind of broken. Not kind of. Very broken that we have traits like Borrow Time and Broken Windows and Tide Turner. Hi. I don't know how to read this person's name. Someone in Korean said hi. Hi. But the nice thing is that hunters also can have very strong personas. And the hunters in Identity 5 are also very, very strong as well. But, you know, in Dead by Daylight, hunters can't camp either, so maybe that has something to do with it. I think it slows down the hook time. Does anyone know why in Dead by Daylight hunters don't camp? I've watched so many hours of Dead by Daylight gameplay, and I could never figure out why, because I couldn't find a video explaining why Dead by Daylight hunters don't camp. It's just like an accepted thing in Dead by Daylight that the hunters don't camp. Does anyone know why they don't camp? Is the hook time significantly slowed down? It's because hook time is too long, you'll get gen rushed. Well, does it get slowed down? What does it mean that the hook is too long, Miki? Does it mean that the hook slows down when the hunter's near you? The community thinks camping and tunneling is toxic and shamed. Sounds a lot like the working bees here in Identity 5, except the higher class of Identity 5 players, except that is a good strategy. Hooks are longer in Dead by Daylight. So what you guys are saying is that it's not that when the hunter gets closer that the hook time speeds up, it's just that the hook time is naturally longer. I think that's what you guys are saying. It's not that the hooks increase in length as soon as you get a heartbeat or something. It's that they're just naturally longer. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Dead by Daylight has no communication. That is something that I have to say that Identity 5 does significantly better on. There's communication in Dead by Daylight. There's communication in Identity 5. Also, this is like a small thing. Hooks are 60 seconds, and I think chairs in Identity 5 are 45. Food, you got that flipped around. Chairs in Identity 5 are 60 seconds. So hooks have to be longer than that. In Identity 5, it's 60. If you assuming you play a character that doesn't have chair resistance and you don't use snooze and hunter doesn't use control freak, it's 60 seconds. Why is it considered to work on the same generator as others? I really don't know. Because then a hunter comes to their generator and then two people aren't decoding. I don't understand. I mean, there's a part of me that understands why they're not competitive, but then the other side of me looks at their strategies and I'm like thinking, that's so primitive. Why are they doing that? $120 seconds to die in Dead by Daylight on hook. That's crazy. That's crazy. No wonder people who camp will get cipher rushed. That's crazy. No wonder. The reason people double decode is because of Ruin. Impossible Pop, which is like a mini abnormal. You mean Pop Goes the Weasel? I know a few traits in Dead by Daylight. I think there's one called Pop Goes the Weasel, where every 60 or 90 seconds, the first generator you hit will decrease by 25% instead of slowly degrading. You guys want to know something about Dead by Daylight? Hunters have an built-in abnormal. You guys remember how Gardner used to have in Identity 5? Sorry, I don't know why I mentioned Gardner. in Identity 5, you need abnormal to decrease cipher progress, right? In Dead by Daylight, the hunters can kick the cipher, and it gradually loses progress until a survivor touches it again. So, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, so that makes sense why they doubled the code. Stream is still going strong. After you hook someone, pop activates for 45 seconds and instantly removes 25% on generate. You see, that's amazing in Dead by Daylight, because in Dead by Daylight, it synergizes with how the hooks already take forever. Because think about it, in Dead by Daylight, you're anyway not camping, so Pop Goes the Weasel is an amazing trait since you're anyway not going to camp. Now, for those that haven't played Identity 5 3 years ago, you guys know Wanted Order, correct? Wanted Order actually used to be over here. Trump card used to not exist. This used to be Wanted Order, right there. Wanted Order used to show the position of a survivor and gave you 10% increased movement speed. Now, that would be amazing in Dead by Daylight. Think about how amazing that would be in Dead by Daylight. You get constant vision on the survivor, so they can't like rotate you. Like I know in Dead by Daylight there's something called barbecue and chili where I think temporarily it shows their positions, but then they can kind of rotate you afterwards. Wanted Order permanently shows their location as long as the person's on chair, and you get a 10% movement speed. That's amazing. That's amazing in Dead by Daylight. Horrible in Identity 5 because the ciphers take way quicker to decode. You can't damage ciphers unless you have abnormal. On top of that, why would you not camp when then like you're chasing all over, and because the ciphers take way quicker, because the ciphers are way quicker to finish due to how you can't damage them, it's so bad because you have to camp out on Identity 5. Wanted Order becomes so bad. So Wanted Order decreases your movement speed. Actually, stop right there, Draconator. We're talking 3 years ago. Back when Wanted Order was over here. Wanted Order used to be a final talent. It used to be over here where Trump card is now. I don't know why they did this to Wanted Order, but they literally punish you for using Wanted Order now. In the past, you would get a 10% movement speed. Now they punish you, so you need to commit to Wanted Order to not get punished. That makes no sense. They should be making it so that it's 0%, 5%, 10% increased movement speed. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. You should be promoting other usage of traits. If you use a trait and it's literally hurting you, if you have to hurt yourself to get a trait, that's not very good. Unless you're Broken Wheel, that's not a very good trait. Like literally Mercenary counters Wanted Order, because even if you find him from far, who cares? He's just gonna elbow pad right past you. You forgot it gave movement speed back in the day. Like some people actually use Photograph for Wanted Order. Like Blue and John actually used to use Photograph for Wanted Order. That's cool and all. But you couldn't exactly move anywhere. Like occasionally they would talk about how, oh, because you hit someone far from chair, that 10% movement speed saves you and lets you run to the survivor quicker. I don't know how that worked back then, because the meta back then was coordinator, so if you know you're not going to make it to the chair because of Berserker plus Wanted Order, then you would just shoot them in the face. So I don't know how that strategy even worked. I feel like Blue and John just weren't getting good coordinators, because coordinator used to be S tier back then. Mercer used to be like D tier. I just don't get it. There are certain things in this game as well that like should have been everyone should know how to counter, but somehow they still work still. Yeah. Skill issue. Alright guys. Well, that was a nice discussion about Dead by Daylight. Maybe we'll do a Dead by Daylight stream, who knows. If you guys want to see more streams like this, go check me out every Mondays and Thursdays at 20 o'clock EST. If you do not know where EST is, just search up what time is it in insert your country when it is 20 o'clock in New York, because New York is in EST. So that'll tell you what time I stream. Google does everything these days. I also have a Discord server. You guys can check it out in the description below. And
We got lots of wonderful stuff there. You can ask me Identity 5 questions, although nobody asks me Identity 5 questions these days, so if you want to, it's there, but for now, I will see you guys later. Take care, and I will see you all in the next stream. Bye-bye, everybody. I need to learn how to not use 1 in order on Blood Queen. It's not bad. For Blood Queen, it's not bad. But if you see their cipher shaking, kind of defeats the purpose. Alright, guys. See you later. Bye, Seki. I love you. Bye. See ya, Miki.